Alrighty. I guess we're starting this. Hello, everybody. It's Noms here, and I'm joined by
Hello.
Mr. Kell
I'm,
here. How you doing, Kell?
I'm awake. That's a good start.
Hey, he's awake this time, guys. Remember, his consciousness didn't find our stream very amusing, so it decided to take a vacation last time we had a podcast. So
Yeah.
but it
I told him to.
returned. He's back. He's
Uh,
conscious.
I'm only promised to be conscious as long as I don't get drunk.
All right. Well,
But I won't get drunk.
keep the Jack Daniels as far away from you as possible.
Oh, and it was sitting on my desk right there.
I'd be drinking if I didn't have surgery. So, but
That's true.
yeah. Anyway, so we're here. We didn't get to really do a deep dive into Halo Infinite's extended multiplayer showcase that 343 decided to release after E3. It was an odd choice, but I suppose it was. I think it kind of makes sense because they showed enough to like give players a good
To hype
idea of what
people
to
up.
expect. Sorry.
To hype people up, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the campaign, what we saw from the campaign, I think it was enough for us to be like, okay, cool. Like, you know, but the multiplayer is what everyone really wants. And I really think that delivered. I think going into the campaign, we already know enough. Like, I don't really want any more detail on the campaign.
hmm
Uh, just the fact that, Master Chief is, he's woken up in space. There was a big battle. Something went wrong. And now he has to,
Work with Cortana.
walk with Cortuna. I love Cortuna, by the way. I love her. It's like she's so blissfully ignorant, and I think it's also very. I think maybe it's just very refreshing for me personally, because like Halo 4's Cortana. I love Halo 4, but
hmm
Halo 4's Cortana was very much in a pessimistic, depressed frame of mind, and
hmm
Halo 5's Cortana was not Cortana at all. It was just fucking disgrace.
Chief,
But
you
this
must
new
go to the
Cortana,
Dagobah system. There you will find
yes,
Cortana.
the reclamation is about to begin. I'm like, aren't you meant to be dead anyway? So but yeah, this Cortana here feels like a return to Cortana's a bit of a less sassy Cortana because she's more of a uh, she just sounds like she's a completely new AI. So even Cortana in Combat Evolved had less of a blissful frame of mind because she was sassy, but she also had history to her. This new Cortuna feels like she's fresh off the assembly line, and I guess her and Chief are gonna have to sort of learn to work together and stuff. And it's pretty clear just by the trailer that Chief's got a soft spot for her because it is a Cortana replica by the looks of things. And she said like I was meant to be deleted. She's like still here, and I was like, I don't know. I found her very endearing. And then Chief's like, good, something stopped your deletion.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, okay.
I have to say, I feel like I can tell that Staten has come in and worked some magic with the Cortana and Chief interactions. It felt a lot more like old Halo again.
It did. No, it did. Absolutely. Yeah, you told me like you were the last person I expected to because you're very much not a 343 fan or a
I'm a
new
Halo
Halo fan.
conservative.
You're a Halo conservative. So but yeah, I messaged you about it. And like, what do you think? It's like, dude, it's like how I feel, but that writing between Chief and Cortuna was top notch. You
It was
said
a
you
lot
immediately
better than the
you said
brute shit last year, really. Like, Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
the brute shit was I mean, I liked Escherum's. I just thought it was tonally all over the place. But I did like his speech, and I loved Gareth Coker's score to go on top of it, which I'm pretty sure he
Mhm.
just did the score for the campaign mission. Well, what we saw between when Chief was going through space and
Mhm.
when which I'm pretty sure is the start of Infinite's campaign. Uh, and then when he finds Cortuna, I mean, I call it Cortana 2.0. I think Cortuna works anyway. But yeah, no, Cortuna and Chief. It was a good. I thought it was a perfectly fine campaign showcase. Didn't see much. We saw enough to be like, okay, cool. And I know where Cortuna's from. I've seen a lot of comments, and I'm like, okay, I got to read Shadows of Reach. Um, I saw a few people flying off the lid saying like, "Oh no, 303 are going to make us read that book." And I was like, I don't think they will make us read it. They've made it very clear that this is going to be a new player friendly game. We've even seen in the campaign demo that they do have a codex, they have a database. if Halo Wars 2 is anything to go off, the Phoenix logs were very informative. So I don't think we're going to need to read Shadows of Reach. But I want to. I also want to read Silent Storm because I've read all the Chief books. The only ones I haven't read are the rest of the Forerunner trilogy. I haven't read the Kilo 5 books. And I haven't read some of the Osiris books either, but who gives a fuck? But I'm also reading Contact Harvest at the moment. I started reading that the instant I knew Staten was coming back. And when I say I read
Contact Harvest is my favorite book.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You mean Halo book or favorite
Halo
book?
Halo book.
Okay. But like, when I say I'm reading Contact Harvest, I haven't touched it in over a month and a half. But I'm reading it. I'm getting
get an audio book and play it when you're doing shit.
I'm just not a. I'm just. I'd rather not. I'd rather let it play when I'm trying to fall asleep because at least I'll be like sort of.
That's like the worst time to do an audiobook though, because like if you fall asleep and you lose track of where you were, you should listen to it when you're doing things.
Well, I guess I won't know until I try. But like for example, I listen to podcasts sometimes when I'm working on videos or whatever.
Oh yeah, podcasts are fine for that,
but it's also like I don't really mind if I miss some of those details as opposed to if I'm listening to an audiobook. I want to make sure I catch every detail. So I might, maybe just throughout the day, I'll take an hour or two aside and just lie down, clear my head, and just listen to the. We'll see. But I also like the satisfaction of just reading it myself. So yeah, because I've got the books. I might as well read them.
I prefer to read. When it's between audiobooks and regular books, I prefer to read, but when in bed, so I know when I can stop at any point. However, the problem with that is I usually just keep reading until it's like 3 a.m. Whereas with an audiobook, I'll just fall asleep and I'll have to find where I was again.
Right.
So I like to be able to like take a hardcore. I'm going to stop now and carry on later.
Okay. Well, also, guys, we're not really going to be. Like I said, we wanted to give you our initial thoughts on the E3 showcase regarding Halo Infinite. We already gave our thoughts on the campaign. We'll go quickly through the multiplayer, what they showed us at E3, because that leads nicely into what we're going to talk about today, which is the extended overview. I really loved. Go check out my video if you haven't already. It's posted a couple days ago. I really loved Halo Infinite showcase at E3, and the multiplayer looked fire, and the maps looked fire, most of them anyway. I really liked the one on the sand. The sand one looked great. It looked like
it looked like it was taking inspiration from Sandtrap in a lot of ways.
I got more of a standoff vibe, but if standoff was on a Halo ring.
So when we get to it, I'll point out why I think it's somewhat inspired by Sandtrap.
It has sand. We get it.
Yes, that's the single fucking reason why. I don't like sand.
No, that's for. I love sand. Sand is. I love how coarse sand is. I love how rough it is, and I love how sand gets everywhere.
I love how irritating it is.
That's the trade-off, isn't it? Anyway, but the sandbox looked great. The mechanics, for the most part, looked great. I like how. They showed how the grappling hook wasn't just like usable, but how it was definitely a map pickup. And they already announced that, but they showed how you pick it up off the map. You can. I'm pretty sure it's safe to assume you can use it on pretty much anything, which is interesting. Like I imagine the community is going to go crazy with showing it off on YouTube.
I'm just waiting for the medal called Hookup.
Hookup. Grapplejack is the new medal
for hijacking. For hijacking with the grapple hook.
They have a no scope medal now. I don't know if Halo 5 had that, but
they did. They called it the snapshot medal, but they've changed it to no scope because no one likes it when he goes snapshot.
I didn't mind snapshot, and I was getting really good with the snap. I was getting really good with the Halo 3 sniper snapshotting people.
Halo 3 sniper is the best sniper Halo's ever had.
You reckon so? Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of prefer Halo 4's, but
that's because it's fucking easy and you're crap.
Well, I'm getting better, dipshit. Anyway, Kell here. Okay, so let's just. People might be wondering why I'm bringing you on for this. So Kell is a long-time Halo fan. Obviously, his favorite Halo game is Combat Evolved. So I imagine it's no surprise to a lot of you that he's not a big fan of Halo 4 and 5. Like I'm. And just to be clear, I love Halo 4, both campaign and multiplayer. I cannot stand Halo 5 campaign and multiplayer. Oh, multiplayer I can stand, but it's just not my favorite by a long shot. So you can only imagine how much he hates it.
Well, I mean, you say that. Interestingly, my opinion is a bit more nuanced than just hating it. There's stuff that I like that they did. I mean, like for example, switching seats in the Warthog is a great addition. I don't see any problem with that whatsoever.
Yeah.
And there's things they showed during development that I would have been like, why didn't you put that in the game? That would have been great, like double jumping. They were working on that, and it's the one movement mechanic they got rid of. Even though, in theory, on a conceptual level, compared to things like sprint or clamber, it's the one movement mechanic that would have fit Halo out of the ones they tested than they showed. So I love Halo 5's Forge, and when I was forging for Halo 5, I loved forging for it, but I think it's demonstrably not a good Halo game.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, I liked parts of Halo. Like one of the things some things I hate about Halo 5 weren't even pertaining to the fact that it was distancing itself from Halo's core formula, but it was simple things like bloody just the maps sucked. The majority of maps were shit. They were very uninspired. A lot of them were retreads or remakes or just variations of each other. Like I like midship on Halo 2 and even Halo 3, but like they wanted to remake that for
Halo 5.
Guardians, and it was just it felt
and they
boring.
Call it
it was basically the same
big
map.
Ship.
Big ship, yes.
It's big ship. It's literally it's about 50% bigger than midship, and there's your fucking problem because you made the map more open, right? The whole point of midship is this close quarters. You can get around them. You can move from place to place really quickly. That means you can get into cover really quickly. Whereas on big ship or Truth, if people don't know the name, it's called Truth, but we call it big ship because it's more fun that way. On big ship, everywhere is open and exposed, and even if you're sprinting to get around the map, you're still open and exposed and way more, and you're getting shot at, and it becomes far more stagnant. It's like playing a standoff version of midship. And even the data proves that. Like the competitive circuit, when people, and there's a Reddit post that I've saved somewhere. They grabbed the data from how long matches took in Halo 2 and in Halo 3 on the competitive circuit compared to Truth. And even though you can move faster in Halo 5 and all that stuff, matches on average took about 4 to 5 minutes longer than they did in Halo 3. Even though more kills happened between teams in Halo 5. So like both teams, the teams were closer in scores in Halo 5, and matches they were closer in kills in Halo 3, and in Halo 5 there was a bit more of a blowout, and still matches took longer in Halo 5.
I see what you mean by that, yeah, because the teams a blowout's going to be a faster match.
It wasn't a blowout, but it was like in competitive terms, like if there's a 10 kill disparity, 15 kill disparity, that's pretty high. That's pretty high disparity, right?
Yeah, but I mean, you're correct. Don't get me wrong, but just on a more just simple level, like it's just remastering Truth for Halo 5. It's just
it doesn't belong in Halo 5.
Agreed, but like it's just boring. I thought it was a very boring map, especially in Halo 5. Whereas at least Regret, which is actually one of the maps I do like in Halo 5, Regret had the feel of Truth. But it felt like the map was far more catered for Halo 5 style.
And the reason that is because it's more segmented. There's more sightline blocking that stops you from pot shotting across the map, so there's more freedom to move around the map.
Yeah.
But that's probably why you think. That's probably why you feel that Big Ship is boring, because it's very stagnant. It's very, very. We're going to stand here and shoot you from across the map. There's not a lot of fast-paced gameplay going on like the original.
Yeah. You got a point there, and it's just like. But I mean, like design-wise, it just isn't interesting. It's like you took the exact same design from a legendary Halo map, bravo. And I'm all for remasters, but that's the thing: remasters, remake it for the new game as opposed to just remake the same thing.
Well, the problem inherently is like you don't want.
Well, I was getting to like you mean like for Halo 5 style of gameplay, I don't want like midship again. But they made Regret. Right. Regret is essentially the feel of midship, but with its own style. Like that fits Halo 5's gameplay. Which is why I found not just the design interesting, but also the gameplay. I thought was actually really, really good, or better, much better. The map I like was Empire because it reminds me of ODST, and ODST is the best Halo game
I
ever
forget which
made.
one
Go fuck
Empire is.
yourselves,
Is Empire is
disagreeers.
Empire's the symmetric one, right? Because there's Eden as Empire. I always forget which one's which.
Oh shit, that's a good question. I mean, the one that isn't at night, I think, is my favorite. I'm pretty sure that's Empire. I think Eden's the one that's at night.
Okay, which one is symmetrical?
Fuck.
See what I mean? It's like
well, I mean, if all right, well, I guess maybe it isn't that memorable then, because if it was memorable and I can remember which one it was, it would be a better map. But or
see,
maybe
this
it's
is
just Halo
evidence
5
of
is
why we
memorable.
shouldn't do map remixes because now you can't tell what the fuck each one was.
And that's another thing. Like, yeah, I hated the fact that I was like, I love the map, but I don't like the fact that they wasted a map on just a variation of that. I was like, that's lazy as balls.
But what's the interesting thing to think about is that in terms of scale, Empire or Eden, whichever the symmetric one is between the two,
yeah,
is almost the same size as Pit from Halo 3, but you would never feel that.
Really? I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not quite. I think it's a little bit smaller, but you don't notice that when you're playing it. But yeah, it's about as big as the Pit from Halo 3, and the Pit in Halo 3 is one of the biggest 4v4 maps they ever made.
Right.
For arena, like biggest 4v4 arena. Let's not talk about things like Colossus from Halo 2, because it's 4v4 with apostrophe fingers, you know.
I forget Colossus from Halo 2.
It's the one that's in the it's the one with the conveyor belts with the explosives on it. That's set in the place where you kill the
fuck! I hate that map.
Yeah,
fucking hate it. Sue me, guys. Sue me. It's
god awful.
That annoys the shit out of me. I do like asymmetrical maps, like for example, Turf. I'm pretty sure Turf's asymmetrical.
Turf is asymmetric.
I think Turf's a brilliant map. I really want them to. I can't wait for them to bring the Halo Online version into MCC. That'd be because that was a remake, and apparently that was really good.
I enjoy Turf, but I still call it the COD map. I mean,
well, that's one of the reasons I didn't. I wasn't too quick to judge the COD-looking map that Halo Infinite showed off. You know, the one with Master Chief's mural. I was like, this looks like a COD map, but I was like, wait a minute, Turf was kind of like this. I'll reserve judgment. I imagine it's trying to pay homage to New Mombasa and like outskirts from Halo 2. Which is like, all right, this could be good. This could be all right. But anyway, yeah. Okay, so we've been almost going for 20 minutes. I think we should get into the overview. What do you think?
No, I think we should talk incessantly for another 40 minutes.
Okay, we'll get started. Okay, so share screen. Right. Okay. Alrighty, let's see. What do you have for us, 343?
Just the feeling of like being in a firefight and hearing the click of the gun, throwing it down, grabbing one.
I hate the bulldog. I hate it. Stop showing it off, please.
So visually, yeah, I do not like the visual design of the bulldog. However, now that I've seen how they fires in gameplay, it looks like what they were trying to do is they wanted to bring back that classic shotgun where it's like the old fire rate, not the one banger from Reach and 4 and onward, from 3 and Reach onwards. But they also wanted to make it visually represent that. So they gave it this sort of like semi-automatic, like big chamber thing. So I get why they did it. On the other hand, the old shotgun is iconic. Why the fuck would you do that to me?
I mean, I'd respect it more if one, it didn't look like the Eva 8 shot. It's identical to it's virtually identical to the Eva 8 shotgun from Titanfall 2 and 1 for that matter, which is what really irks me. And like someone did an edit on I think Reddit where they basically just gave it a couple of neon lights and like a few less textures and it made it look very Halo-esque. And I was like, that's an improvement, but still like and also you told me the sandbox, the way it fits to the sandbox, the fact that it's not like reloading by the shell anymore and it's not pump I think it's still pump action, but like it doesn't feel as unique. Whereas there's a reason why it took so long to reload the shotgun.
Yeah, like the shotguns are inherently noob-friendly guns in multiplayer games. Like you don't have to aim as much with them. They have a wide reticle that's very forgiving. It encourages just an aggressive playstyle. Like there is a skill gap to knowing how to move around a map with a shotgun, but in terms of aim skill, it's not very high. So one of the offsets that old Halo used to have was you had to reload each shell at a time, which means that if you're taking multiple enemies, you have to take cover and start reloading one at a time, and like really think about how you're going to reload with it in the middle of like a big long firefight. But now they've gotten rid of that. It's just done, reloaded with a fucking drum magazine. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Is like, I'm okay with this shotgun existing. I don't know why it's in the game instead of the old one. Because the old one also has a good place in terms of Sandbox compared to the biggest difference between the classic shotgun and the new shotgun in terms of like Halo 1 and 2 versus the 3 and onward shotgun, up until this shotgun, of course, is that Halo 1 and 2 it had like 12 shots in the magazine and it had quite a fast fire rate, but the one hit kill range was a bit shorter. Whereas in Halo 2 onwards, they started lowering the fire rate and increasing the distance in which you could one-shot things.
I mean, like, if this fucking shotgun has more consistency than the CE shotgun, I'll be happy. CE shotgun is inconsistent as balls.
It is.
And like shots, like, and I'm talking like without an overshield, like shots that are like right up close. Sometimes they'll kill them. Sometimes the shell. I don't know where the shell goes. It goes on a fucking vacation, but it doesn't kill them. And I'm just like, oh, okay, so I died because anyway.
Well, I think we have to.
More to your point. More to your point is when you say that you don't know why this is replacing the old shotgun, like why the old shotgun just can't be in the game. Big question I have is the community does not like this gun. I know that much as a fact.
Yeah.
Why does 343 persist on showing it off? It's like they're proud of this, and I'm just like,
I'm not okay. Let's to sway into the territory of assuming the from based on past behaviors is when people don't like something they do, they've kind of like tried to show it off again just to like make people go on the side of it. It's like it has the exact opposite effect because people are like, stop showing it off. We don't like this. Just admit that we want just make it like the old one again. Like it doesn't have to be 1-to-1, but make it maybe look a bit more like the old one. Because like even the Reach shotgun is very different from the shotguns that came before it. But people still love the look of the Reach shotgun because it still looks fucking awesome.
It's my favorite actually. I love the red neons on the reticle.
And actually, to give 343 some credit, this shotgun looks way better than the fucking spaceship shotgun of Halo 4 and Halo 5.
I'd say it looks more militaristic as opposed to the.
That's what I mean.
Oh, I see. I do like the sound effect though in Halo 4 shotgun better. I think Halo 4 shotgun could have really benefited from some neon lights. I want neon lights on my guns, guys. I don't know why. I just fucking Combat Evolved and the others made me want it.
Reach is still my favorite shotgun design. I mean, I love the Halo. I like the Halo 3 version of the classic OG shotgun the best. But I just like the design of the Reach one the more. And I guess that makes me a bit of a hypocrite when I'm sitting here criticizing that gun from looking unlike the original shotgun. My point would be that at least the Reach shotgun looked good. This just looks generic.
Yeah, at least with the Reach shotgun, if you miss your first shot, you're not guaranteed to die like in Halo 3.
Oh, actually, I say it's the opposite. I mean, like the Reach shotgun is basically the Halo 3 shotgun, except it has more range at one hit kill somebody.
Yeah. That's why I like it, and I think it has a faster fire rate too, slightly.
I don't know. I'd have to, but I might, but I'm not so sure.
Anyway,
I'd assume it didn't though.
Anyway, but yeah, like look, the Bulldogs here, it's happening. It's not the best gun. It's listening. It's one of those things where I'm just like, look, I'll accept it. It doesn't break the game for me by any means. Doesn't mean I have to like it.
Well, it's one of these situations like they got so much backlash from them changing the spanker into the Mario pipe, and then they did it again with this fucking shotgun.
Well, at least they did. At least they brought back the spanker.
Eventually, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's in this. It's here.
Oh no, but I mean, sorry. Well, they brought it back into Halo 5 as well. That's what I meant.
Oh well, yeah, that was just retarded. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with that. Gotta learn your lessons.
Every time I fire, I just start expecting to hear.
I do like the new pistol though. I mean, I do love the OG Magnum. Don't get me wrong, but the new pistol makes it's kind of like Halo 2's pistol. Or basically, it looks like Halo ODST's pistol. Sorry, but it fires like Halo 2's and it does more damage. You know what I mean? So it's
Well, the ODST pistol is basically just a silenced Halo 2 pistol.
Yes, it's basically well, yeah, exactly. Anyway, yeah, I like the.
It's based on a real pistol. It's like based on a real Navy SOCOM pistol. That it's not visually. It doesn't look super similar, but the concept of this silenced Navy pistol is a real thing that the SEALs use.
Okay, and
and it's actually called a SOCOM. It's all called the SOCOM pistol. So it's just like the ODST one.
Right. Well, the pistol in this is called the Sidekick, the M5 Sidekick, I think, and it's actually growing on me. I do miss the old Magnum. I think they'll bring it back at some point, but
I mean, in a game where you have the battle rifle, I acknowledge that having the pistol be another utility weapon like the battle rifle is a problem. I think it's a problem in Halo 5. I do think the pistol is the best balanced utility weapon in Halo 5, but at the same time I'm like, but it's just there's just too many precision utility weapons in Halo 5. It looks like with Infinite, they're like, okay, it's going to be a sidearm because we've got the battle rifle. That is the utility weapon of the UNSC. We can't have a pistol being the exact same thing. And it's the right decision because they shouldn't be the same thing. But I would have preferred a more classic design.
Okay. Well, again, I think they could have just put those. The edit on Reddit looked really good. They put the Sidekick. Had some neon,
I saw that.
Yeah, like it looked more like the ODST pistol that way, and it was pretty good. Anyway,
well, there you go. Why not just make it the ODST pistol if it's going to be that similar to it mechanically? It's just.
I mean, the ODST pistol. I mean, like, there's a reason why it was silenced, though. Like, for the fact that you're in a city, you're trying to like stealth through it and stuff. Even though there was no fucking stealth mechanic for it. I do prefer the direction where they're going with this pack. I mean, I love the ODST pistol.
No, but I mean, like, why not make it the ODST pistol, but the silencer off?
I mean, yeah,
you could have both in the game at that point. Like just for fan service, they do that sometimes. All right, we're getting detracted just on the pistol, so we should probably move on.
We probably should. And like
laying in, I see kill assist, kill assist, kill assist.
Any pistol.
Rocket Hawk confirmed.
Whatever gun allows me to feel the most like John Wick, I am there.
I like the way that.
All right, could you put a freeze frame of the pistol back on screen, please?
Yeah.
Upside down, and he's like laying in. I see kill assist, kill assist, kill.
Got the Rocket Hog there too.
Kill assist.
Any pistol across any of the games. Whatever gun allows me to feel the most like John Wick.
Okay.
You can make those red strobes more pronounced. I like.
Were they there? Were those red things there on the original?
I don't think so. No. I don't.
So they did that. They have added those. I don't think they were, and I think they have added those.
Okay.
It's just so much like a USP-45. It's like the generic Modern Warfare 2 starting gun, and I just can't get past that. Also, this map looks hella like turf.
I know it looks very. That's Nemo Boss in the background. It's got to be. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's good. That's great then. It's definitely outskirts. So, little cafe. I mean, the cafe. It's just me.
Cafe.
It's just me. Does the cafe look kind of separate from the rest of the map? It looks very cartoony, and the rest of it looks like very realistic.
I get where you're coming from, but it does look actually when you walk around Warsaw, like I do, because I live here. You do see things like that just look completely out of place from like some of the older buildings, and it's just because they put them up in this place. So I'm actually okay with that.
All right, fair enough.
The old Mombasa locations did have that feeling. Like they did feel lots of really, really mismatching shapes, just like a really old city would like that. Sorry, go on.
Well, no, I mean, I guess maybe. I think I know what you're talking about, but I mean, it was also war torn, but like, I felt New Mombasa mostly fit with itself. I love the shapes of the buildings, though. The architecture was very
No, but if you go back and play
city, whoever designed New Mombasa's look needs a medal.
Actually, do you know what? It looks a bit like Cyberpunk 2077. A little bit. It looks a little bit like Cyberpunk 2077 if it was in Africa.
Maybe. Put it that way. One thing I wanted to actually talk about was this is not 3.3's fault, and it's absolutely a nitpick on my part, but the shield glow when they get shot. I honestly thought it would look better if it was like a cyanic blue as opposed to a yellow. But has it always been yellow? I think it has always been yellow. I don't know.
No,
I
it's
think it
always
just
been
looks a
yellow.
bit. I think it looks a bit costumey. I would like to see if the shields were like blue or maybe green.
It sort of looks like some like guy's Photoshop skills of a guy going Super Saiyan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we've been watching DBZ before, so that's funny you bring that up.
Just
Yeah,
let
I
it
don't
play a
know.
little
I
bit.
just I don't know.
Let
I
it
prefer
play.
I prefer if the shields look different color. Maybe if that's something they can allow you to customize, that'd be kind of
I
cool.
like. I don't have. I'm not going to get like too up on it on the shields, but they do look closer to like the older Halo games, and maybe it's a little bit too bright and not enough kind of like static electricity
Static,
feel
yes,
because
thank you. Yes.
yeah, it's like it doesn't have that electricity feel like the old ones did.
Yeah, it looks like
It just looks like a big
red blob.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
yellow blob.
big yellow blob.
Yeah. And maybe they can tweak that a bit. I imagine it's not, it's not in the final stage yet. It's still in I think it's in beta stage by the looks of it, but
I don't see like a beta message on the screen. It looks like honestly, it looks like they're maybe not in a beta stage. I don't like the hexagon effect on the shields. I really don't. Like you see it on the player's hands, the
Ooh.
perspective we're seeing. I don't like it.
Uh,
I know why they do it because
it kind of looks like Stim from like Gears 5 or from COD. It gives you that little pattern there and on your visor as well.
it's like it's the most generic shield mechanic. I mean, okay, the bubble shield did it this way, so it's hard to criticize Halo for having it because Halo's done it before and it was done under Bungie.
Right.
So I'm not saying you can't have that, but I just prefer the whole electromagnetic feeling of the shields from Golden
Agreed.
Games, where it was like, yeah.
Great. If you had like static on your like electricity coming off your shield, that would look way fucking better.
Well, I mean, that's how I assumed the shields worked in the old Halo games. It's like they use magnetic abilities to influence the projectiles coming in. That's a way cooler idea for shielding.
Or maybe that's like the after effect. Like once the shield has just come back to full health, it gives you that hexagon pattern, as opposed to if it's damaged, then it's flickering like static.
I'll tell you what. Here's why I prefer the idea of the electromagnetic stuff. I think it's a more realistic idea of how a shielding system would work in a sci-fi universe. Like the idea that it's just a bunch of hexagons that shows up and it looks like that. That doesn't. I don't think that's how it would really work in real life. I think it would look mostly invisible until. Well, as a military, you'd want it to be invisible and not want it to glow and shit like that. So you'd want it to be not. Well, you wouldn't want it to glow like that. You would want it to be this thing that's mostly invisible until someone gets shot, and that's how that worked in Halo 3, where it's like you get when it reacts to when the bullet comes at you, and then it's when the sparks fly, and then when it charges up, it's like really quick electrical static feel. I just prefer that design a lot more. I think it's more subtle, it looks more believable, and for so many reasons.
Yeah, and they give you the sound effect. But look here, it says pre-release.
Yeah.
It doesn't say beta, but it doesn't say beta, or I imagine that means beta testing.
So no, that's probably pre-beta then, because it would probably say beta. No, it would say beta if it was beta.
Well,
so
I mean, they're doing an insider program to test this, so I imagine that would be the beta test.
That's true,
right? Okay, so I guess it's still in late alpha then. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's keep going.
I am there.
Remember how excited I
and for late alpha, it looks great. I mean, I think it looks pretty good.
I'm actually. Can you just put it back a little bit? Teensy little beat. Yeah, let it play.
Kill assist.
Any pistol across any
and
of the
then
games.
pause it when he fires the rocket on the mongoose.
Allows me to feel the most like John Wick. I am there.
Remember.
Yeah.
When he fires the rocket
from
the mongoose. That is a really nice looking effect. I'm not gonna lie.
What the red flare?
The smoke trail on the rocket. It looks really nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Excited I was with like this big combat with vehicles going all over the place.
Halo means something different for everyone, right? I think that's what makes Halo great.
Okay. One thing I will criticize about this, just in general, is unlike the Bungie Vidocs, which best wishes to Marty O'Donnell, by the way, guys. If you haven't already, go comment on Marty's channel. Send him your best wishes. Bungie are being dicks again, and
please.
It's all because he wanted to give us some behind the scenes content for the games we loved. He released those Vidocs like an absolute fucking legend. Zero fucks given. He had every right to, because he fucking worked on the game, and it's not like he's bloody sharing,
Please,
Bungie's account details, for goodness
please
sake.
support Marty in everything he does. He's a god. He's
Yes.
outspoken, and he always speaks the truth. Like, please, like, absolute fucking legend.
Marty's our boy. Marty's our boy, for sure.
If you
And
side
like
with
another
Bungie on
thing,
this, you're an
as a
idiot.
content creator as well, Marty has never, to my knowledge anyway, copyrighted any of his soundtracks. That's why you see like Axeman and people use so much of his music. Whereas Halo 4, Neil, I forget his name, his last name, Neil Drudge
Davidge.
or Davidge, whatever his name is, and the other one for Halo 5, that music's copyrighted because they did it through like nothing against the man himself, but they did it through a separate studio. Whereas Marty was, I think, because he was directly employed by Bungie and like he wasn't with an extra studio or anything like that. And even still, Marty hasn't copyrighted his music on YouTube, so that's why we're still able to use it freely, and it's some of the best music ever. So Marty's fantastic, and
so getting a
what I was trying
sorry.
to what I was trying to get to those, unlike those Viaducts showed like kind of more of the working relationship behind the scenes of Bungie, and you got the sense that they were friends and they weren't always perfect and everything. But with these Viaducts and this this presentation, it's like they just kind of stuck a camera in all the employees' faces, like, what does Halo mean to you? And say something positive about your about the game so we can sell it. Almost like
I hate it. It's once you've had that illusion broken to you, it's like it's so blatant and horrible. And
yeah,
just have these little weird ass sound bites.
We should mention that you work in the industry. You're part of a dev team. I won't say which one to respect your privacy, obviously.
Okay.
But Kell works in the industry, so he knows very much how the development, how it works in game development behind the scenes and studios and whatnots, and what the culture is like for a lot of them, and how some of them are good, some of them are toxic as hell. Woke politics, narcissism, studio heads. You reckon the biggest problem with like game development nowadays is that the studio, it's not the people who are making the game, it's the studio heads and what the fuck they're doing. They found themselves in a position of power they didn't earn, and they're fucking up.
I think a lot of problems with big studios these days, I would say, are that it's usually the studio heads, and it's not always the guy who's like at the top of the chain. It's usually the guys in between that. So usually, I mean, I'm only talking from my own experience, but the guy at the hot top usually has an idea of what he wants, but maybe isn't the best at getting it across to people.
Right.
The people below him lose faith in that, and they start doing what the fuck they want.
Right.
But they also they're not visionaries in any way. They just gonna know how to do one thing, and they start being very mercenary about their work. Not all companies, obviously, and it's unfortunate because it's oftentimes they pushed out the people that really had a vision and could work together. It happened at Bungie, with Marty and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It happened where I worked. I think we're just in an age where people without the talent and creative vision that came before them are like annoyed that person never took them that seriously. And they're desperate to try and prove that they know what they're doing, and all the time they end up they prove the exact opposite.
Right. I mean, that would explain a lot with 343. Like, by all accounts, the studio is very talented. There's a lot of great people working there. I'm talking about the staff turnover, like people who have left. Even the people who say, like, look, this is a talented studio, guys. Cool your hate, towards them. Studio is very talented, but it's the people in charge, or the people who are, I guess, the middlemen, who are fucking up communication between like the grunts on the ground and like the management, the generals at the top. That it's the problem with management and
there's 1,000
books.
There's 1,000 stories on egotistical leaders, and they're all inspired by people who worked in a place exactly like that. I guarantee you.
Yeah. No, I can believe that.
Actually, do you know what? When I was playing Red Dead 2, there was so many lines from Dutch Vanderland that align with things I've heard. And I'm like, this person, I could tell the person who wrote Red Dead 2 has had to deal with people that I've had to deal with. I could tell. They've had to deal with a really toxic, unhealthy, and just egotistical leader. And the lines are like one-to-one things I hear from Dutch Vanderland. It's fucking amazing. Things I
Right.
hear in real life, yeah. So I can just I'm playing Red Dead. I'm like, oh my god, if my heart goes out to the writers of this game, I know exactly what inspired this already.
I gotta play Red Dead 2. Still
It
haven't
is
done it.
so well written.
Yeah, you told me it's like the best
And-
written game you've ever played. You reckon?
I think it's the best written game I've ever played. I think it has an amazing soundtrack. Oh man, it's so fucking good. I mean, I'm not usually a fan of games like Red Dead or GTA
Yeah.
where the combat is just on it. It's like the combat is just good enough to get the game sold.
Right.
It's not really polished combat like Halo or Dark Souls, but Red Dead 2 sold me just because it was such good writing.
Anyway, we'll keep going. I do like the sniper rifle design. I think they nailed that. I'm a very big fan of it.
That's where I was going to go actually. Like I don't. I feel like it's too much of a mix between the old one and the old Bungie one and the Halo the 343 one, and I don't think it works. I mean, it kind of looks like the Halo. It was like they took the body of the Halo 4, Halo 5 one, gave it the classic looking scope, and made the barrel and like the fold out stock look like the old Reach one.
I love the end of the barrel. I love how it's
The
like,
barrel looks nice.
yeah.
The barrel looks nice. The scope looks nice. I don't like the stock and the main body of the rifle. I don't hate it. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate it. And actually, I can see that they've went like if you look where they just beside the magazine on the left hand side, it has a very cylindrical shape, just like the Halo 3 one. So they've really tried to merge all the snipers. My problem is maybe that wasn't the right way to go. Maybe they should have just tried to make something that looked really awesome on its own.
Okay. I like it. I
don't hate it. I don't think it looks bad. I just
Okay.
I don't think it looks as good as it could have.
Okay, fair enough. The armor looks pretty fucking sick though.
The armor looks a lot better when you see it in game. When they start doing these little
It does.
and when they shouldn't show it this way. This makes it look bad. Honestly, it doesn't look okay. It doesn't look. It doesn't look. It doesn't look bad. Yeah, the visor specifically I like because it's back to that classic no hexagon bullshit style. Just clean gold shininess. But I don't like them showing off the armor in these little still frames because you don't. They've lit it in a way where you can't see all the detail that you see when they start playing with it in the game.
Yeah,
it actually doesn't do it justice.
Yeah, no, when it plays, I love how you can definitely still see the detail, and the black undersuits really help it to pop, and it looks really good. Every piece looks like 9 out of 10 pieces that I've seen anyway look like it would absolutely belong in the military, a futuristic military, as opposed to just.
They have done a really good job this time of trying to capture the OG style. I do get the impression they've eaten humble pie. They've admitted that. The way they were going before didn't work. It wasn't Halo, and they've really tried their hardest to bring it back to what it was supposed to be.
I like a lot of the Halo 4 and 5 armors. I really just miss the black undersuits. I think that would have gone a long way to help out those.
I think
those designs, but or just to help them distinguish the armor. But I'd be lying if I told you I didn't prefer this return to form. Because
I can't stand. I mean, I think Halo 4's art direction is better than Halo 5's all across the board, but Halo 5, generally speaking, I think their armors could, like, if it wasn't in a Halo game, you wouldn't know it was a Halo game. Like, there's some, like, fucking four hammer helmet in Halo 5?
Oh.
Google quickly Google full hammer helmet in Halo 5. It's so fucking bad.
I mean, I'll take your word for it. I mean, like, what was it? Okay. There was a Seeker from Halo 5. It's the worst.
That one's bad too.
That's probably the worst one. So yeah, I mean,
okay, I'm gonna quickly send it on Discord to you. Okay.
Okay.
You can open it on your phone or something.
I'll have a look at it.
Or you can put it up on stream quickly, whatever. Just show how bad it is. That's the wrong person.
Oh, I mean, I'm happy to just move on. It's fine. Yeah. I'll give you my reaction to it if you like.
Yeah. Take a look at this helmet.
All right.
And I admit I'm picking a really bad one, but the fact that this even made it into the game should be an idea of how low their standards were.
Oh, well, it's not coming up. It's just like the link.
Yeah, it is a link. It's just a link to a Google search for all the screenshots.
Okay. What the? Oh, that fucking thing.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
I made it into a game, dude.
That's fucked. That's like, I don't know. Like that's
That is the brain tumor. That's a brain tumor helmet.
That's I still think Seeker's worse though, and yeah, no, like look, Halo 5 has a lot of good designs. It really does. I've went back and I played it within the past 12 months. It's and I did enjoy it. I did enjoy what I did play. It's just there were a lot of good designs in there, but there's also a ton of dog shit that's just there to fill up space. And it was all done through loot boxes. It was just make armor now, make product so they can consume product and eventually pay for product because they're really desperate to get the armor they actually want. Here it doesn't look that way. Here it looks like everything's been made with purpose. I am still sketchy on the battle pass, and we'll get to that because they talk about it here.
I do like that helmet though.
That's a good helmet.
It is a good helmet. It reminds me a little bit of the Warrior helmet from Halo 4 and 5.
Warrior helmet. No, the Warrior helmet had almost like a mouth plate on it. It's something.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's 1-to-1, but it reminds me a little bit of it.
I think you're talking about the soldier helmet. Actually, that might be.
Hold on. Let me see.
Okay.
What is?
No, I mean Warrior. Oh, like a mix of both. Then yeah, it's like a mix of Rogue from Halo 3.
Right.
And then what? Yeah, actually, no, okay, it's more like Rogue from Halo 3 then.
Rogue's a good helmet. Yeah, I like Rogue.
Yeah.
Multiplayer. And for me, it boils down to this tight arena style combat.
It's good to see him back. It is very good to see him back.
Even if it is just for the marketing machine, it's good to see him back.
No, it's just like I'm sure whatever he's done has been good for the product.
I am sure that Staten, even if he is just the writer, knows way more about Halo's supposed to be than yeah.
Oh, he's lead of creative. I mean, the only people he really has to answer to is Bonnie Ross and Frank O'Connor, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. Baldy and Bonnie.
And he has worked with Frank in the past. He knows how to talk to him. They've been friends for a long time, I'd imagine. Bonnie, I'm sure she's not too hard to get along with. And like, if Chris Lee was the problem in terms of communication between the upper management and the lower management, I'd imagine people would feel a lot better going through Staten. Maybe that's the big difference there.
I've worked with somebody who's worked with Staten, and he said that he was he was very, very, very praising of him. But no, the guy I spoke to said he had a lot of praise for Staten.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, the reason I thought that might be is because Staten might have been very accommodating as a boss.
Yeah,
which I imagine he was. I mean, like,
I would love to work with Staten.
He's like, he's our guy. He's he's a nerd just like us.
Yeah.
And big team battle, this wide open, vehicle infused kind of combat. We're taking that awesome legacy or classic Halo combat experience.
We just need Marty back, and we need Jamie Griezmeyer, and we'll be fine.
I mean, like Jamie Griezmeyer seems like a nice guy, but he's also the guy that gave us random spread on the battle rifle for Halo 3. So.
Oh. Right.
Like, I'm sure. Like, I mean, he must be. I'm sure he's a lovely guy. I really like. I don't have anything against him personally. But if you put random spread on my battle rifle, I'm going to judge everything you do with multi-sandbox design in the future.
Okay, Hardy LaBelle then.
Hardy LaBelle seems pretty chill.
Okay, yeah, bring him back, and we'll be fine.
And modernizing it in ways that'll feel fresh to old players and really exciting to new players. We're going to give you great ways to customize your Spartan, really make your super soldier your own, and we're kicking off a journey, an experience that's going to evolve month to month, season to season, year after year.
And look, if MCC is anything to go by for what they're going to do with Infinite, that sounds fucking amazing. The only thing I'm worried about is the battle pass and how they're monetizing it. And apparently it's like a one-time deal. Like you pay for the battle pass and you get every single thing going forward. Which I'm more than happy to do if it's affordable, because I'm not going to be paying diddly squat for Infinite. I got Game Pass. I'm going to get Infinite for free, campaign and multiplayer. And everyone else is going to get the multiplayer for free regardless. So I'd say they've earned my Battle Pass purchase. But again, we just have to wait.
I'm sure. Okay, so I think Halo 5 actually had one of the more as consumer friendly as loot boxes can ever be. It did have some of the more consumer-friendly loot boxes, which isn't to say much. It's not saying much, but they were.
It doesn't,
yeah, but they were some of the more consumer-friendly loot boxes. I'm willing to bet it's also going to be the same for Halo Infinite, where it's going to be one of the most consumer-friendly battle passes ever made.
Well, here's hoping. I mean, COD's battle passes. I've never bought a COD battle pass in my life. I almost did for Modern Warfare because I think Modern Warfare is just a fucking fantastic game. I think it's easily the best COD of all time at this point, with all its updates and shit. Jury's still out for me on Cold War, but I have been liking the updates for it. I played it recently. But I never bought the battle pass. I just wasn't really my thing. Because I was like, I know I'm gonna get a new COD next year, and there's gonna be a COD after that. But Infinite, they're planning 10 years ahead with it, which has me worried somewhat for the campaign if Destiny is anything to go by. But at the same time, they've had like 6 years of development for Halo Infinite, and I mean, Staten said he played it twice through in 1 week. Like he played the campaign twice in 1 week. The first week he was a 3 for 3. He played the campaign twice. That has me a little bit concerned for the length of the campaign, but like, I mean, I imagine it'd be longer than Halo 4 at the very least. And I have a feeling that it's also going to be the first, like it's going to be Infinite's core campaign, but I have a feeling that it's going to be like much like Destiny, and I'm fine with this. There's going to be more campaign mission packages released over the course of the next however many years or months they plan to do it.
I like
Story
the concept.
DLC.
Yeah, I like the concept of Spartan Ops. I hated the execution.
Exactly. It feels like that would be the case for Infinite, but hopefully,
Well, if they can make a Spartan Ops system that's not god awful and it tells a story that doesn't make me cringe every fucking time I hear a piece of dialogue from it,
yeah,
it'd be great.
I think the story for Spartan Ops is fine, but it was just it was too bloated, and like I plan to make a video about Halo 4 eventually. I'll talk more then, but basically, the Spartan Ops' biggest problem is that it was too bloated, and it was designed primarily for co-op. Those are two of its biggest
Bloated,
problems.
and I felt like the character was just your generic dude bro military types.
It
felt like watching off-brand Jarhead.
Most of them. I mean, the story itself was. I mean, I hated the ending though when Brian Reed wrote Requiem out of the fucking story because Requiem was like one of the coolest places ever.
Dude, I'm not the type to get vicious about people, but Brian Reed, I think, was put on this earth to destroy things.
Oh, I mean, you're not wrong, based on his track record.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't have enough inside information to know if what I'm saying is justified. So please, anyone watching, don't take it as such. But the evidence speaks for itself. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, we'll go with the evidence.
Like, has he put out anything that the fan base of that thing actually liked? The overall fan base, not just some niche piece of loud people who clear opinions don't matter.
Oh, that's right. I actually was looking through the comic section at my local bookstore a few months ago, and
you just saw "fuck Brian Reed" stencils into a book.
No. But I picked up a Captain Marvel comic, and I was like, oh. And I was like, I already wasn't going to buy it, but then what made me doubly not buy it is because author Brian Reed, and I was like, nope. I might just fucking buy it so I can burn it.
Brie Larson and Brian Reed, two shit tastes that taste shit together.
Imagine if Brian Reed wrote Captain Marvel 2. God damn it. He wouldn't just torpedo. I mean, Captain Marvel was already a fucking dumpster fire, but he would probably torpedo the MCU more than Loki episode 1 did.
Could you just imagine him Could you imagine him Halo 5ing the MCU?
Oh my god! I mean, the MCU doesn't have much further to fall.
My favorite fucking retarded crap about Halo 5 is that the whole plot revolves around the Guardians, these big super weapons of mass destruction that control the universe by threat of being used. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the problem with that. The Halo universe has that already. It's called Halos. The fucking Halo rings. Like, why not just make it like they would have instantly felt more like a Halo game if Cortana was trying to get access to all the rings and was like, I will nuke the universe unless you do what I say.
Yeah.
Like they exist in the universe already. Why did you create new ones that look like fucking metallic owls?
I'm pretty sure a Guardian is far more selective than the Halo ring. Halo ring is just a fucking purge. The Guardian.
That's not the point. That's not the point. Like the point here, like they had to create that piece of technology in the universe for it to even be able to do that. Okay.
Right.
If Cortana's plan is you do what I say or I nuke the universe, you can still write a story around that because it's still the threat of destruction to gain control. She
Mhm.
only needs one type of super powerful weapon to do that.
Right.
It could have just been about the Halo rings,
Yeah. True.
which would have made sense since like it's almost like this sort of Cold War era for Halo, which after you've found out there's like a galaxy-wide nuke, yeah, that's how it would end up going. People would be
Yeah, okay.
fighting for control to get rings because like
Mm.
after you find out the nuke exists, what happened in real life? Okay, well everyone tried to get a nuke. Well, that's what would happen in the Halo universe, right? Once everyone knows the rings exist and what they do, the unit sees one on a ring in case the Covenant get a ring, and then they're trying to destroy each other. That's what's going to happen. It's going to create this Cold War universe. It's going to happen what happens in real life. And that would have been a great story. That would have been a great place to move the Halo universe forward, but never mind.
Cool Man's got an excellent Halo 4 what if take.
Mhm.
And I plan to have him on in the future. We're going to talk about that. Because I don't usually indulge fan fiction, but he had a really good what if scenario if that they could have done with Halo 4.
I don't usually
I was very
indulge fan
impressed with it.
fiction either, but there's a really good 7-part book series for Albus Potter, like this Harry Potter's son.
Oh,
It's really good. Like it's not god tier, and there's some cliches in there where I'm like, I know where you took that from, but I really love the characters in that series. I love the idea of like a bunch of shit talking Slytherins fighting some other. The villain I think is better than Voldemort in that series.
oh wow. Okay. Wait, 7
Voldemort
books. It's
is-
like as long as the
Voldemort-
Harry Potter series itself.
Yeah, it's like it has an entire 7-part series, and they follow the length of the Harry Potter books themselves. So this first couple are a lot shorter than the middle ones,
Mm.
and the third book is like the last book is like fairly a little bit shorter than J.K.'s last book. But I also think the story is told in a more concise way.
Mhm.
So it's shorter, not because he didn't want to write as much, but because he was able to condense more of his plot into less words.
Okay.
I really recommend it. The first one is called Albus Potter and the Dungeon of Merlin's Mist. I do think the first one is his weakest work. I think the second one is also a bit slow. Once you get to the third one, though, oh, it gets fucking good. It gets really
Alright.
fucking good after the third one.
All right. Anyway, let's see what Mr. Staten has to say. Oh,
For me, working through this multiplayer of this game, and the toughest challenge I think
There he
really
is.
how do we respect the legacy of what came before us, but
who's he? What?
Tom French. He's the guy who made Halo 5 Forge what it is today.
Oh, so that's a good thing. Okay.
The only thing is, he got rid of his fucking like big spiky hairdo that was awesome. He doesn't have that anymore.
Okay.
still build something that feels new?
We've tried to bring all these elements of legacy and really inject them into Halo Infinite, not just like in a way where you kind of won't notice it, where you feel like, oh, they really designed this to be a celebration of previous Halo, as well as an iteration of where Halo can go next.
Okay, can we go back a teensy little bit to when he had the pistol out?
To be a celebration of previous Halo, as well as an iteration of where Halo can go next.
What about it?
This looks like Halo.
This here.
This entire image on my screen right now looks like Halo.
You got a guy up here.
I'm not saying
jumping
it's.
down.
I'm not saying it's flawless. I'm not
What's he doing
saying
there?
it's.
He's just
He's
sitting
walking
in the
into a
corner
wall.
there.
He's disconnecting from the server.
Okay. Or that's a hologram, maybe. It looks like. See, it looks like a
yeah,
marker
it might be a hologram. Yeah, that might be a hologram.
I love hologram as a mechanic. I think it's I used it. It's one of my. It's probably my favorite armor ability in both Halo 4 and Halo Reach. So,
yeah,
Halo
like-
4, I do love the sentry turret too. So
The way they're moving in the combat.
strafing, yeah.
Yeah, but there's like it looks like Halo.
Okay.
I'm not. I mean, I've got my detractions with sprint and clamor and all that crap, but this does look like. If you gave me this, I'd buy it as Halo. I wouldn't think it was some off-brand trying too hard to be something it's not.
Definitely
It
looks
looks
like Halo
Halo.
Boss from the background. I'm loving
Yeah.
the skybox. Is what I'm really loving.
I'm just
It's got
hoping
that-
they
it's got
haven't put
that-
all.
The skybox also looks like it has that. It's got that. It's not just New Mombasa, but it has that Halo 2
Yeah,
Sky on Fire kind of
Yeah,
skybox
yeah.
to it. Yeah.
looks like Halo.
I do hate the kill hit markers though, and the grenade hit markers.
I don't like hit markers in Halo. I don't think they're needed. I think you can do that. Well, Halo before did that with the shield flare system, which is what we were fucking talking about. Like
Yeah.
the visual feedback for when you shoot somebody already exists in Halo. You do not need hit markers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also because it acts like a radar as well. I think Hidden Xperia made an excellent point about that.
It's, at the very least, hit markers should not be on grenades.
Yeah, at the very least, agreed.
But at that point, it's an inconsistency between explosives and grenade and bullets having hit markers. And I would say you don't want it to be inconsistent. You should just take it out or keep it in. I'm okay with it having like the red. Yeah. I'm okay with it having the red cross when you kill somebody. That's fine because you know they're dead.
Yes. Agreed.
I don't think it should be there for your individual shots.
Agreed. And I also said this because like they actually have a. If you watch the E3 showcase, they have an ability that actually acts as a sonar for you when they're behind cover. But if you have hit markers on grenades, that essentially makes that piece of equipment redundant because you can just throw a grenade behind there.
Yeah.
And if you can get lucky. Anyway. Spider-Man.
The vision of Arena was all about.
Stop. See where he's firing the Bulldog? I do think Halo needed a shotgun like that. But I also think it's an even more forgiving version of the shotgun. And that's why it shouldn't have replaced the Halo 3, Halo Reach one banger type where it's like Okay.
I wonder if it's a one-shot kill up close though.
I would think so, but maybe it won't be.
I don't think so. It might be. I think it's a two-shot up close.
If it's a two-shot up close, I actually give them credits for doing that because there's probably going to be a lot of people go, "What? The shotgun can't one-hit kill anymore? It's so bad." But
I mean, you can still shoot Hummel, I guess, and kill them.
Yeah, I think a shotgun that doesn't one-hit kill in close range, except in super extreme close range, I think it's the right path to take a shotgun.
Right.
I think when you make it one bangers like one hit kill you from stupid amounts of range, it always feels awful to die to those types of shotguns. Like go play Destiny, it feels fucking garbage to die to a shotgun in that game. So I give them credit for making that decision because it's probably like it's the type of one where a lot of people are probably going to hate it, even if it is technically better. And I give them the credits for willing to do that.
Okay.
Tight experience. It was all about being fair. It was all about earning everything on the map, earning everything, every kill you get.
Going back to like what is the core foundation?
Well, you know something else? The reticle, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure there's less bloom on the automatics.
It was all about being fair. It was all about earning every.
That's fine. Wait, is he ADSing there? I hope to God not.
Play.
I have a big problem with ADS. I hate ADS in Halo more than Sprint. I'm fine with Sprint in Halo personally.
ADS just doesn't. It just shouldn't be there. Even if it's not technically, even if it isn't technically aimed down sights, like it isn't true aim down sights from COD. Anything that even remotely resembles aim down sights should not be in Halo.
I mean, Halo 5 gave a form of ADS to a shotgun. Who the fuck needs ADS for a shotgun?
The best part was they said it wouldn't change anything, but it hunted like people. The moment the game released, they proved it did.
Yeah, absolutely.
It makes the AR more accurate. It makes the shotgun have more range. Like you can't tell people it doesn't. It's just for zoom, and then when the game releases, you find out actually it's not.
Okay.
The vision of Arena was all about a tight experience. It was all about being fair. It was all about.
I just want to see if this is aimed down side for the Needler.
Earning.
It looks like it's zoomed in. See that?
It does look a bit like he's zoomed in, but it might not. It might just be the way they've shown the Needler in this game. I don't know.
The Needler looks beautiful. It looks gorgeous.
No, it is zoomed in. You can see it. There's a 1 point. Yeah, it's zoomed in. Look at the top corner, and it's like, see how it says 1.3. See where it says 1.30 x, just above kill assist.
Oh, you're right. Oh,
and it was 1.4 just a second ago. So Needler has zoom.
Ah, shit.
On the map, earning everything, every kill you get.
Going back.
The vision of Arena.
Sorry, I just have to see it one more time because that's a big no-no for me. That's a big no-no. Someone actually did tell me there was actual ADS, and it's like, I didn't see it. For the most part, it looked fine. I'm fine with it on select guns. Select guns that warranted. I don't think the Needler is one of them.
No, the Needler is not one of them.
Yeah.
About being fair. It was all about.
Okay. He's at 1.4 here.
Yeah, 1.4 zoom.
1.4 zoom, but then it drops to 1.3. It's confusing.
That's because he's zooming out.
But is that how you
watch it? Let it play.
I'm trying to inch it.
You see, he zoomed out, and it goes down quickly.
Wow, we must have fucking framed it like at the perfect time then to catch that.
Yeah.
It's got a 1.4 zoom in.
Okay, free for free. If anyone watches this from free for free, take it out, Please, just don't.
Yes, and unless there's like some sort of smart link you can get off the map. Like if you get off the map, it's a smart link, and it just allows you to kind of give you that extra accuracy for certain guns. It's kind of like with Cyberpunk. If you get the smart link for Cyberpunk, you can use like smart sniper rifles and get like automatic headshots. And it's so broken. But if it's like something to do with the map pickup as that isn't tied to the needle or on base, then I'm okay with it. Even though I think the needler, it's again, you just really need it. But like, yeah, if it's base for the needler, take it out, please. Hey, who the fuck gives a shit what we have to say, right?
The map, earning everything, every kill you get.
Going back to like what is the core foundation?
Look at the
of
assault
what made
rifle. Look at the
It was all about being fair. It was all about earning everything on the map, earning every.
Look at the bloom. It's. I feel like they've really reduced the automatic bloom.
Yeah, I have to admit, I think the way to go with this, like,
what is the core?
Pause it a little minute.
Yeah.
I do not like the way they tried to fix automatics in Halo 5 was let's make them kill stupidly fast. That's terrible. It's god awful. Don't do that. They're inherently easier to use guns. When you miss, there's less time between shots because you're high rate of fire, which means you're punished less for missing, which means even if you miss one shot, your kill time doesn't go down too much. So, for example, if your kill time on an assault rifle is 1.5 seconds, and your kill time on a pistol is 1.5 seconds, but the assault rifle takes 15 shots to kill, whereas the pistol takes 3 shots to kill. When you miss one shot with a pistol, your kill time goes up to 2 seconds.
Okay.
Actually, no, it doesn't. It goes up to 2.25 because it's 7.5 seconds after the first shot. So it's like, so if it's 1.5 kill time for a 3-shot kill gun, that means it has 7.5. It means it has 0.75 seconds between shots, right? So if you miss a shot with the pistol, your kill time goes up to 2.25. 0.75 added on to the 1.5. If you miss shots with the assault rifle, one shot, it's going up by 0.1. Yeah.
Right.
So you miss a shot with the assault rifle, your kill time is 1.6 compared to 1.5. Now, obviously, you're probably going to miss a couple more shots than that, firing an automatic gun. The point here is that when you miss with an automatic gun, even if you miss a lot, it takes a lot of missing to drastically lower your kill time enough to missing one shot with a slow rate of fire weapon.
Okay.
Which is why they're inherently easier to use guns. Which is why they shouldn't have kill times that are faster or equal to guns that have a slower rate of fire. The carbine, if we assumed that the carbine had perfect accuracy and we had a DMR that had perfect accuracy, and they had the exact same zoom level, they had the exact same aim assist and magnetism, they had the exact same red reticle range, everything was exact same except for fire rate and damage, obviously. The carbine should still kill slower because it has a faster rate of fire.
Okay. Well, I think what gives carbine the edge, though, is the fact that just I guess this is lore-wise, is the fact that it's plasma weapon. The fact that it's firing at you like energy projectiles that wear down the shield quicker, but also act as a hard ping one-shot headshot kill.
Well, the carbine never really did that in like multiplayer. It was just a 7-shot utility weapon, right? Like that's all it ever was. It didn't actually drain shields faster. I don't think it might have. I don't know. The point is just that if it has a faster rate, any gun that has a faster rate of fire, if you have if you have 2 automatics that have the identical range, everything's identical, except that one of them has twice the fire rate, twice the magazine size, and half the damage. That's still going to be an easier to use gun than the other one because it's good firing faster.
Okay.
Assuming they have the same recoil level and stuff too. Like, you can do things like give it more recoil to make it harder to control. Things like that help, but if you assume that they're the same accuracy, everything's identical, except from that one has double the rate of fire, half the damage, but double the magazine, so it fires more shots in the space of time it takes to fire the other one. It's inherently going to be easier to use, because when you miss, it means less. It's less punishing to miss shots with that high rate of fire gun, which is why automatics... Where I'm going with this is that automatics should have a slower kill time than the precision weapons, just a teensy. Like, no, it shouldn't be too much. It should be like 0.2. Or 0.2, like that's the disparity. What you should do to make them more useful is you should give them more range.
Okay.
And that looks like what they may be doing, but I don't know. There's a balancing in Titanfall 1 where the first starting Titans in Titanfall 1, there's a minigun type of minigun gun for the Titan, and then there's a slower rate of fire type of gun.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, and they both have the same range, but the automatic, the minigun kills slower than the because the X, I think it's like XM23 or something like that. The XM23 cannon kills you faster because if you miss, you lose more damage when you're missing. That's how almost every game balances low rate of fire to high rate of fire guns. And I do not know for the life of me why Halo 4 and Halo 5 343 was like, let's just make automatic guns kill you faster. It's broken balancing. Like it applies to precision utility weapons too, right? Like the sniper rifle can one-shot you, but if you miss, you have a long rate time to fire the next shot compared to like the battle rifle.
Yeah.
It's not just utility versus automatics. It's a general rule applied to any sort of gun that just fires a traditional projectile at a certain rate of fire.
Okay. I mean, first off, I think that's a plasma grenade, and if that is, I really like I really like how they've gone back to big explosions for the plasma grenade. That's a lot of like because Halo 4 got rid of it. I think Halo 5 didn't bring it back either. I could be wrong. I haven't played Halo 5 in a while.
I still feel like the plasma grenade looks a bit like a paint bomb, but it looks a lot better in 4 and 5.
Agreed. Yeah, I like this map. Looks alright. Looks like a UNSC base, which is cool. I like the sandbags. Very, very Halo.
Oh, they've got the old UNSC logo back on the right hand side of the screen. They've got the old one.
Yeah,
that's the old one because they changed it in 4 and 5, and that's the classic one.
All right.
Or it looks more like the classic one, I should say.
Okay.
Foundation of what made the great Halo multiplayer arena matches great. Halo, it's really about fair and balanced starts, so everybody's on equal footing when they come off the rip, and then once they start running around, it's about scavenging.
I still hope they bring back a form of Halo 4's multiplayer as a playlist, like a loadouts playlist for because I think that can work well, especially if you can take in some of these elements from the map and start with it as a variation of.
They should never have removed all those features from multiplayer. Like they should have always. Ordnance drops should have been a custom game feature in Halo 5. Like, there's no reason not to have them as a custom game feature.
Yeah, well, a custom game feature if they just have like their own BTB playlist for it. So people who prefer who like that style of gameplay or want that feature in, or just want to change a pace from regular BTB can just play it. I mean, I'd certainly prefer that style of play than Warzone. Warzone's a clusterfuck. I'm glad
Warzone is a mistake.
At least I think they're not bringing it back. If it comes back, and it better not have the fucking rec system in it, that's for damn sure. But then again, it won't be Warzone. It'll be something else.
My problem with Warzone is even to the people who find it fun. My question is this: okay, but would you rather have Warzone or would you rather have Invasion back and it be done really fleshed out? Because I'd much rather have Invasion back. Invasion was fucking awesome.
Well, they've already confirmed that playable elites won't be in at the start of.
You don't even need elites to have Invasion. It can just be Spartans versus Spartans. It's just the basic premise of the game mode, which is inspired by Rush from Battlefield.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, they can do that.
I don't know if that's where Bungie got the idea, but it's similar to Rush from Battlefield.
But I said they wouldn't have playable elites. Could you imagine if they had playable brutes? Because it is the Banished will be one of the main enemies.
Dude, that was like the biggest thing after Halo 3 release. Like, can we get playable brutes next time?
Yeah. Well, I don't think that would work because they're big and fat, and I think they'd just be too easy to recognize and hit. Like, it won't be fair. That's one of the reasons I never play as an elite in multiplayer, even with the features, because elites stand out too much. They're too easy to hit.
I think it's one of those things where I don't want it in competitive playlists. I don't see any reason against it in social playlists. Social playlists exist for that type of thing.
Yeah, agreed.
Finding new toys and kind of developing your playstyles.
This gun is curious to me. Someone said this gun was a. I like this though. I think that's cool.
This is the most Titanfall gun I've seen in the game so far.
It's very Titanfall as well, yeah. But I think this is the gun that we're talking about. That they have ADS to. This gun is ADS. So I was like, if it's this gun, that's okay because it actually has a scope there. Like it's kind of meant to have ADS. But if it's not for like I haven't seen it used.
When we saw the way it worked in the old trailer, and it's basically it's ADS, but it's ADS in a way that looks very similar to classic Halo aim down sight. It's zoom level, so it fits. The gun, I still don't think that belongs in Halo.
Yeah.
Like
it's one of these things. I think they could have done better. I think they could have.
It's one of these things where I feel like somebody still wants to have aim down sights in the game, so they made a gun that gives them aim down sights, and they did everything they could to rationalize it within the game, it still doesn't look like it still doesn't belong there. It's just I feel like it's there because let's have a gun that has aim down sights, make it more contextual, so it kind of fits. It still doesn't fit, but they've tried so hard to make it fit, and it's like I respect the logic that gets them there, but it still doesn't fit Halo. It still doesn't it's just not what Halo's supposed to be. Like, just don't have aim down sights in Halo.
I'm just gonna say it's like the Bulldog. It's like they could have done better, but I can live with it. You know, it's all right.
We run through the match.
What makes Halo feel?
Let me go
And
back.
then-
I want to pause it on the pickup icon for the pistol.
And once they start running around, it's about scavenging. It's about finding new toys.
The I can't read that. Something
Is
sidekick.
it MK50 sidekick?
MK50s.
Yeah.
Developing a playstyle as you run through the match.
What makes Halo feel like Halo? I feel like the answer to that question is the Sandbox. Like, the Sandbox is Halo.
When we set out to look at Halo Infinite from a high level and the direction of what it is, there's lots of exciting things there because we really wanted to push what are the things that are true to Halo, but what are the things that fans haven't seen yet?
Equipment is back, but equipment is kind of has a bigger voice than ever before. We ask questions to ourselves of if you could go after a power weapon to get a bunch of kills, would you do that, or could you go and get grapple to make sure that you swing yourself to the other side of a map to back cap a stronghold? We saw it as like another avenue of not just skill expression but tactics for teams to coordinate around.
The exciting combinatory nature of this toy plus this toy and how those interact with objectives is super amazing.
Looking at how the power-ups play, like your classic power-ups like the overshield and the active camouflage. For this title, what we're excited for is you pick that up and you choose when you activate it. It goes into your inventory. If you haven't used it and someone kills you in multiplayer, you drop that overshield and then they can take it, use it for themselves. That to me is very legacy, but we took the equipment side of it and modernized it. When it comes
I don't
to
like this idea.
You don't like it? Yeah, I was curious to hear what you had to say about that. Explain it to me.
I don't like this because imagine you're in a fight with somebody and they just pop an overshield. You've almost killed them and then they pop an overshield and now they're like... Okay, if assuming that if they're taking damage from the overshield, if they're taking damage when they pop it, it doesn't generate the overshield, it's fine. If this releases and when you can pop the overshield in combat and immediately you've got an overshield, that's going to be fucking horrible.
Agreed.
That's
why Bungie made it an immediate activation when you picked up on the map originally, correct?
Yes. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to talk for Bungie, but I assume that was why they did it that way.
Seems like a perfectly valid reason.
I just hope that's not how it's going to work, where you can just pop it whenever you want and you've got an overshield in the middle of combat. And even if you can, it's still bad. Because, sorry, even if it doesn't generate if you're getting shot, it's still bad because all you have to do is break sightline with somebody, pop it, and then come back out. It's still going to be horrible to play against. That was the complete wrong decision. Camo, actually with Camo, it's not so bad. It still has that problem I just described where they can just break sightline, pop it, and then you can't find them. It's not as bad, but it's still a problem. And this of the entire reveal, besides sprint and clamber, this is the dumbest fucking thing I've seen. I have a lot of praise for what's in this trailer, don't get me wrong. I've praised a lot of it previously, and I'll praise a lot more to come. But this is a retarded idea. This shouldn't be done this way.
Okay, sounds like this could be the Armorlock of Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
Oh lord. Maybe they could just make it not for overshield then. Easy to do. Make overshield.
The thing is,
overshield a pick up on the map, immediate activation.
The thing is, though, I've just said this.
Yeah.
I'll let you finish. Oh, okay.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm just saying, with camo, like if you can activate camo at will, it's really no different from what you can do at Halo Reach. It's just that I imagine
that's why I'm saying it's more forgivable.
Yeah. I imagine. I don't know if
remember they had to nerf invisibility to shit and back in Reach because of that. The moment you start walking with invis and Reach, you're visible. Like you're transparent, but you're basically visible for all intents and purposes. People will see you regardless. So it's like camo and Reach is only of middling use. That's why it was okay-ish in Reach. It wasn't great being a spawning equipment. But this will be terrible because and you can make the argument, okay, you had to fight for it and pick it up, so you still earn because you don't have to, because it is a map pickup,
Yeah.
and that person did get the map control to earn that pickup. It offsets it, but I guarantee you, people are going to find it really fucking frustrating to play against people who do that. It's just not going to be fun to play against.
Like if you start shooting someone who has an energy sword and then they break out the energy sword and kill you instantly. But like I imagine like that's the reason why they nerfed the energy sword by making you have to like cock it in Halo 3 Reach and 4. Whereas in Halo 2 you could just pick it, you could just like switch to energy sword with before the animation even plays, you can kill the other person.
Yeah. I would say the difference there is that the weapon with a weapon it's not so bad.
Yeah.
But with like it's just I feel it's gonna feel super fucking cheap to just be fighting some guy. He pops into cover just briefly and pops an overshield, and now he's full health again, double health.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be really annoying.
Well, that's why I really wanted one of my disappointments for Halo Infinite's multiplayer is that they aren't bringing back health. And I think health would really help balance a lot of things out.
Health is good for Halo.
Yes, I agree. It basically makes every gunfight have a consequence, especially if you manage to survive it. I mean, Halo 3, if you survive an encounter, you can just get your shield back. You're back to full health. There's no
health belongs in health belongs in Halo. I think Reach did the best version of health Halo's had. I think I mean it's pretty much just CE's version, but it gives you there's a little bit of regeneration after combat.
There is one thing about Reach's thing that I did not like.
Hold X to pick it up instead of just walking into it.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I mean, it would be simpler just to not need to do that, but I'm fine either way. It's the fact that when you have full health and your shield's recharging, you can't pick it up. You can't pick up health to restart your shield. But if you do lose health, you can.
That's
kill your health, and it'll fucking trigger an instant shield recharge. Whereas if you're at full health, you have to wait. It's weird.
It shouldn't trigger health recharge, but it should be you walk over it and you pick it up like Halo CE.
Agreed. It should just be it should just be pick up health. Yep. Or just don't do that because otherwise it's going to be really stupid if I want to trigger health shield recharge, but I'm at full health and I'm at a health pack, which is meant to do that anyway.
We went in and decided to invest a lot in the systems. When I take damage in my Warthog, my wheels can get blown off, my hood can get blown off. There's different aspects of the vehicle that's
cool. So you drive around with 3 wheels. That's interesting.
I like this.
I like it because it rewards accuracy. If you're let's say you're outgunned by a Warthog, but if you have an assault rifle, if you target your shots correctly, it's easy to take out a shield, I'd imagine, than to take out a Spartan gunner. Or maybe it would be easy to take out the gunner, but the catch is the gunner fires back at you. But if you're shooting the tires,
I like the premise of this. I really do. However, I have this really horrible feeling that when we get it in practice, it's going to be terrible. I don't know why. I get this feeling. Because when I hear it, I'm like, that sounds really fucking awesome, and I love the idea behind this. But then I think about trying to use the Ghost in Halo 2 when its guns have become crooked, and I'm like, oh, but I hate using the Ghost. Why would I even use it? You can't shoot anybody with the Ghost when the guns become crooked in Halo 2.
Well, I mean, the Ghosts.
It's one of these things that's
the Halo 4 Ghost, I think, was the best Ghosts. Perfectly honest.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is when you have the Halo 2 Ghost and your guns get damaged, you can't hit anybody with the guns because they're inaccurate. So why would you at that point you just have to get out the Ghost even though it's not destroyed?
Oh, I see. Well, I mean, it depends what they're gonna do, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cool. It has this cool factor because it can happen to the Wraith in Halo 3 where you can destroy the gun on the Wraith, but they can't. But the fighting ship can still be driven around. So, you know what? Maybe I'm just worried about nothing. Actually, I think maybe.
Well, I think it's one of those things where you don't know how it's going to be until you actually play it. So I think we'll just reserve judgment.
I'm going to agree with that. I think there's ways this could be really cool. I'm just concerned about
if they've gone
too far. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh my god, I don't know if someone is watching this back, and can they tell me if they've brought back the fucking overcharged plasma pistol EMP, because I really hope they've taken it out. Vehicle combat would be so much better without the overcharged plasma pistol.
I'm okay with it being in there. I just think plasma pistols need to be way more scarce on BTB maps.
Agreed. That could work too. It needs to be as scarce as the power drain, essentially, which I do hope is
Yes.
also coming back.
Change how my vehicle handles now, and that's something that's brand new.
The other thing we added to that is like this doomsday mechanic. So when you hit
Actually,
this
pause that.
fire,
Vehicle that changed
When he says about it changing the way the vehicle handles.
Let's do it.
the systems.
stop.
When I take damage in my Warthog, my wheels can get blown off, my hood can get blown off. There's different aspects of the vehicle that change how my vehicle handles now, and that's something that's brand new.
And that right there, that's what makes me worried about it, because I've played Battlefield 1, and when your planes get its wings shot out in Battlefield 1,
right?
if you're in the middle of a dogfight, you're dead. You're fucked.
Okay.
Because you can't fly the plane enough to be evasive and dodge more shots. It steamrolls. Is it realistic? Is it cool? Yes, but it makes gameplay fucking frustrating, because once you lose control of your vehicle, it very often steamrolls into death. And I'm concerned that's what's going to happen with Halo Infinite's vehicles, because when they get free for free, have a really bad habit of when they get these really cool ideas, they go overboard. And it creates situations like they go overboard and do it too much, and it's just frustrating to use. And I'm really worried that's what's going to happen here with this one.
thing we added to that is like this doomsday mechanic. So when you hit this threshold, the vehicle catches fire, and it's very much you've got a certain amount of health or a certain amount of time, and you got to choose what you want to do with the last minutes of this vehicle.
This is awesome. I like this.
What about it?
I just like the I like the countdown to death mechanic. I think that's a good mechanic to add.
This is a new Warthog here. It's,
yeah, they talk about this.
Yeah.
Razorback.
The back has this like multi-storage compartment that you can put a lot of stuff into. So if you want to put like detached turrets, power weapons, fusion coil.
I do like this very much. I don't know why I put a fusion coil there, because by theoretically, if someone shoots it, you can blow the fuck up. So, but the rest, yeah, I think it sounds great, especially in campaign. Like if you're driving around a Halo ring.
Objectives, and that is what's really making the Razorback kick a lot of butt in MP and campaign.
The level.
So I love the idea behind the Razorback. I have only one detraction from it, and I'm just going to be unnecessarily pessimistic for it. Why isn't it just a troop Warthog from Halo 3? Like, that exists.
What do you mean?
You know, like,
sorry.
You remember the troop carrier Warthog in Halo 3?
Oh, the Scout Warthog.
Yeah, the Scout Warthog. Like, I love the concept of the Razorback. Don't get me wrong. It's called the Razorback. Isn't that a vehicle in Halo Wars 2? I think it is.
Maybe it is.
Anyway, I like the concept. I love how the ability to have a troop Warthog in the game. Finally, for multiplayer to put on Forge map, awesome. Why isn't it just the troop carrier Warthog from Halo 3? Like, it could have just been that. It didn't need to be a different vehicle. It's a pure nitpick. I admit that. I just don't understand. Like, I'm curious to know as to why they thought it should be its own vehicle, so just another variant of the Warthog.
I mean, I do like the way it looks, though. I think it's a cool looking Warthog. I think the deal is actually, because it doesn't have a gunner, it's more armored. If you could tell, it was way more armored.
Wait, did it have a gunner?
No, I don't think so. Maybe it did. Maybe it did. Actually, let's have a look.
Fusion coils.
No, I don't think it did. I think
that would definitely be a better design for it. The fact that it's less vulnerable. It's less offensive, but it's more defensive because it doesn't carry a gunner. It's carrying less weight, so it can have more armor and drive just as fast.
And
I'm being needlessly nitpicky about it, honestly.
It doesn't have a gunner, but you can. Yeah. I guess a teammate can gun from it.
He has such a Chad stance right there, like just leg on the side of it, looking like he's standing on a captured kill.
And how fucking cool is this fucking map? This is my favorite.
That looks Forerunner as fuck. It looks so Forerunner.
It's amazing, and I love the back. Yeah, it looks like fucking, like I said, it looks like Standoff with the Horizon, but it looks like a Standoff.
Dude. Do you know what this is? This is inspired by Sandtrap. That is the outer ring on Sandtrap. You can see sometimes on Sandtrap, but the sand hasn't uncovered it.
What? All right. I'll go check.
Yeah. When you play on Sandtrap, if you play on Sandtrap, you fly above the map. You see this like ring of Forerunner metal around Sandtrap. I think I'm just vaguely remembering. That's exactly what that is, and it's Sandtrap with less sand covering it.
Oh, okay.
the Razorback kick a lot of butt in
Give me a
MP
second.
campaign.
Well, you have the Halo. Yeah, that's
The
Halo.
levels
that's
define pace for the game, how frantic it is, and they define that iconic fantasy for players as they're entering that match. What do they want to do?
Do you know this guy? What contribution he's had in the past for Halo, or is he relatively new?
Could you repeat that? Sorry, I had to quickly put something away.
Do you know who this guy is and what his contributions to Halo have been, or is he relatively new?
I have no idea who he is.
Okay.
Type of experience are they hoping to have? What kind of combat? What kind of dance floor is there available to have that?
Ooh, I like that. Whatever gun he was using, the Covenant gun.
Combat in.
Could you put it back? I think it's just
I
this.
think that's the triple carbine, actually.
During that match, what do they want to do? What type of experience?
See, he's got like a COVID mask on in the background.
So are they hoping to have? What kind of combat? What kind of dance?
Yeah, that's the triple carbine, or the plasma carbine battle rifle.
Floor are available to have that combat in.
Grapple hook, gravity hammer combo. I like that.
For me, BTB.
Do you reckon they're going to bring back the Gauss Hog? I don't know if I want it back, honestly.
I
love it as a campaign. Yeah. I love it as a campaign weapon, but I hate it as a multiplayer weapon.
I think it's fine in multiplayer. When it has. Which game had the? I think Halo 2 Anniversary. You had to charge up the shot briefly before firing. That's good.
That's way better. That's way better. Yeah, agreed.
That's what it should be.
Is all about experiencing the full extent of the sandbox of Halo in just one match, right? Like you see the vehicles, the weapons, the equipment.
We really wanted to take.
I like that sound that it makes. Honestly,
what sound? What makes? Sorry.
The turret. If I can go back.
Put it back
Listen
a
to this. Listen to this.
It's the equipment.
We really wanted to take that kind of.
It sounds a bit light, doesn't it?
But it sounds like it's sort of like the OG Halo 2 sound effect for the turret, which I like. Just a bit with a bit more grunt to it. But yeah,
I still miss our Vulcan minigun turrets.
Vulcan minigun.
Halo 3. I miss them. I love the Vulcan minigun turrets. Ever since Reach has been a regular machine gun with a metal plate strapped on it, I'm like, I want my miniguns back.
It is a bit weird they haven't done that.
A concept, those feels you had, playing the previous games, and just turn the volume up. Vehicles are no longer just spawning at bases anymore. We have Pelicans.
Okay, not only that's important. Not only just spawning at bases anymore. Okay, so they are still spawning at base. That was my initial worry.
Yeah.
Like, is it just coming in from? Are they just getting dropped off now? Or okay, cool.
Delivering them, and we have a commander in your ear telling you that Pelicans are going to be dropping off these vehicles.
Champion tank is inbound.
We have Halo 2 style.
There's what you call her from Reach.
What?
That's what you call her from Reach. Sarita? No, I forget the name of the AI from Reach.
Okay.
Antidot.
Pods that fall from the sky to resupply.
You have. That's cool.
Field.
That's where it makes it feel like a real battlefield, and it's very exciting.
This is not just more players. This is just a certain beautiful slice of sci-fi chaos.
The announcer is your big gameplay moments, your game modes, just like the way it was before. Personal AI is really...
I still do not like Steitzer with his happy voice.
What?
I don't like Steitzer with happy voice. I prefer monotone Steitzer.
Okay. But I love the idea of... I think this is genius, a personal AI.
Yeah. I think. I mean, it's an expansion of when they had the custom announcers from Halo 5. I don't have any issue with it. I think it's like... It's just something you can customize. I don't have to use it. I'm probably not going to use it because I just love my Steitzer. That's actually a really good reason for why I wish they'd stop fucking around with Steitzer and making him do happy voices. Like keep him his old monotone stealth, so you can have these things be for people who don't want that anymore.
But also, I really want them to have a customization feature where you can customize the color of other players' shields when you damage them. Just for you, just for the player. So if you want to use it or not. Because I would love to have like blue shields on my enemies, red shields, purple shields. think that'd be kind of cool.
I think that's the type of thing where if you put it in the game, they'd rather like you customize the one color of your shields, and I don't think it should be in the game. Honestly, I think they should just let it be that consistent gold color.
Well, I mean, that's why I mean, I want it to be only what you can customize their shields because it's only what you see. It's not what the game sees.
If it was like a colorblind setting kind of thing, yes, that'd be fine. Like an accessibility setting, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Information for the player.
Personal AI designation button.
So if a player grabs a flag, your person.
Could you imagine if they have Sergeant Johnson as a fucking AI in? That would be amazing. Something. Yes, I hope the AIs are really good. Really got a lot of character to them.
AI is going to tell you to, get that thing back to base and give you some like moment-to-moment updates.
Our team took the enemy flag.
What if we can let players choose their own AI, and each one of those are different voices, so that players can find the one that fits their personality and their mood the best?
They add to the sense of like me as a Spartan being more important, and for us in multiplayer, it is really about becoming a Spartan. Your Spartan. You are you inside of the Halo universe.
The body of customization content that we have on day one ensures that there will be millions of customization combinations for Spartans on the battlefield. That includes things like armor coatings, armor emblem.
Okay, pause. I really don't like I feel like they're doing a little bit of damage control here with the armor coatings. Fuck armor coatings. They're only there to monetize the game. Like, there's no reason. They said, well, there's like 7 fucking however many layers there are of colors we can play now. Like, okay, so why don't you just let me choose what colors I want and customize it that way? Like, they did so much PR bullshit to try and justify doing it this way. At the end of the day, like, you could have just had a customization system that let me color all these things individually. You're only doing it to monetize the game. Just admit it. Don't try and hide it.
Here's the thing though. They're talking about the battle pass. Like, how does the battle pass fit in with the armor coatings? Does it mean you have to still pay for armor coatings, or
they're going to work like the shader system in Destiny, and they're going to be things you have to buy? Calling it now. If they aren't, I'll be really surprised.
So, but now they've they've mentioned the battle pass though on top of that. So, and so they say that basically everything is purchasable with the battle pass, and you have to buy it once essentially, which is okay.
Well, maybe their plan is that the coating system is going to be the only true portable cosmetic system.
I see.
Maybe that's what it's going to be.
Well, let's keep our ears out and let's listen very carefully to the wording they use.
If you have a battle pass system, you can at least have the basic color customization system with past Halo games as the default system, and then you can have armor coatings for more pattern based colors.
Okay.
That would have been cool, or that would have been acceptable, I think.
Various armor effects, down to the individual armor pieces. So your shoulder, your
armor effects.
That is a damn nice looking Spartan.
This guy, yeah, he looks good.
He does look good.
He actually looks very bare bones, but I love the armor nonetheless.
I like that. It looks very, very worn and damaged. It's nice.
Yeah. I mean, like, nice. as a base coat for the Spartan, yes, definitely. It doesn't feel like he's very modded out yet, but. I love the way it looks.
Gloves, your knee pads, your helmet, your visor, your helmet attachments. Then you look at weapons, and we've got a whole slew of customization offerings there. Vehicles have a huge pool of customizations too. We support customization in the game. Players can do the same thing on HaloWaypoint.com as well as the.
That's awesome. It's like the old Bungie.net, but.
Well, there we go. We've just got confirmed for rarity systems on the armor. Look, at the bottom.
Oh gosh.
See that? There's the gold highlighted. There's a purple highlight.
I see it. It says Mark 7 though, so it's got a Mark 7 confirmed here, guys. But
I think they already called it that, right?
I don't know if they did actually, but I mean, we now it's confirmed, and now we have this. God, I hate the whole fucking. Why the fuck can't studios just realize that people fucking hate this goddamn generic rarity system? Like. Seriously, I mean, granted, Halo 5 had it too, but goddamn, like, we're sick of it, man. You don't need a rarity system.
Yeah,
like, I just want the armor that I like, really. You can say it's rare as much as you want. If it looks like shit, it looks like shit. I'm not going to want to get it.
Yep.
I mean, like, anyway.
Halo Waypoint app.
The player also customizes the Spartan, the soldier inside the.
I do like the way the I don't really like that helmet, to be perfectly honest, but
I don't like the helmet either. But it looks like a bit like Aviator.
Yeah, it does. I think it looks better here than it's looked in the past.
Oh, it's the
but-
best looking version of Aviator I've seen, but it still doesn't look
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it's not what I'd.
That's weird proportions, right?
It does. Everything else I'm fine with.
Yeah, everything else looks
maybe the shoulder pads look a
No,
little
no, I don't like how it's like. No, like the rest looks good.
It just doesn't look very proportional.
Also,
like, I figured you'd put something big there.
While we're talking about armor, we can now celebrate the demise of Toilet Bowl Chief.
I like the Toilet Bowl Chief.
I think.
Well, you have
yeah,
you have the Halo Reach Noble 6 Mark 6 helmet here, I think.
No, I think that's still Mark. I think that's still Mark 7.
Mark 5B, I think it's what it's called.
I think that's still Mark 7.
Oh, okay. But I do like the UI. I do like the UI for the Halo Waypoint app and everything. I think
this is in game though? Look, it has pre-release. This is actually Halo Infinite in game. Oh yeah, like the UI looks clean. It looks very
UI
reachy.
Looks great. Yeah, it looks really good.
It looks very reachy.
Yeah.
Halo Waypoint app.
The player also customizes the Spartan, the soldier inside the suit. We want the Spartan to represent the player as much as possible. They can change their body type and their voice, as well as choose prosthetics for the first time.
Wait, what the hell? Transhumeral. Oh, right, because of prosthetic. Okay. Wait, let me have a look at those options again real quick.
Soldier inside the suit. We want the Spartan to represent the player as much as possible. They can change their body type.
Okay, transhumeral, transradial, and body and AI prosthesis. Okay.
And their voice, as well as choose prosthetics.
That's dope, all right.
For the first time.
Coatings offer us a unique opportunity to craft some hyper-polished looks and let you express yourselves in ways you've never been able to before. So we're coming at this from a player-first mentality.
Okay, here's the
and I'm back. Sorry.
Carbine rifle. Oh, okay. I'll bring it back for you then.
Soldier inside the suit. We want the Spartan to represent the player as much as possible. They can change their body type and their voice, as well as choose prosthetics for the first time.
Coatings offer us a unique opportunity to craft some hyper-polished looks and let you express yourselves in ways you've never been able to before. So we're coming at this from a player-first mentality.
I do not like the commando helmet in that screenshot.
There's no loot boxes.
Okay.
If you go back to when he was showing off the blue Spartan, I did not like the look of the commando helmet there.
You express yourselves in ways you've never been able to.
This guy? Commando helmet looks weird there. I'm pretty sure that's it. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, that's Carter's helmet. It looks weird.
It does look weird.
Before.
It might just be the angle, but it does look a bit off.
Your first mentality.
It kind of reminds me of the Stormer. I actually like the way this gun looks and performs. And I like the charge there. And it looks like like it has like a plasma charge thing, which is kind of cool.
I'm curious to see what this gun is. Like it looks like it's just an automatic plasma weapon, and basically
it's a burst fire. No, it's a burst fire.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely a burst fire.
That means is that there's no random loot in this. There's no loot boxes. It's very important.
There's no random route, but you have rarity systems in your app.
That's really. The whole rarity system is just why I don't have it. Come on.
How they unlock customization.
If the rarity is dictated by how difficult the armor is to get, like let's say you have to, they do go into a whole. There's like a huge portion of the armor that you can only unlock in game. So let's say like there's a really hard achievement you have to get to unlock a helmet or something. Let's say that's what makes the armor legendary is because of how difficult it is to get. That would be something cool. If it's not. I mean,
but it's still
they say it's not random.
But it's still pointless, right?
I mean, pointless, yeah. But if they want to like attach like a label of like legendary to it, just to give it like a bit of an edge or make you feel pride and accomplishment, quote unquote, then I'm fine with it. But as long as it's not,
if it's not RNG, I don't have a fundamental issue with it. I just think it's like, but why?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Content, and we have a variety of places where they can do that. First off is the Battle Pass.
The Halo Battle Pass will never be taken away from you.
I respect that.
Once you buy it, it's yours and does not expire. In future seasons, you can purchase old Battle Passes as well as the current Battle Pass and choose which Battle Pass to put your progression towards.
All of these rewards are single source, so you're never going to be confused about where things come from. If you can unlock something in the Battle Pass, we're not going to let any other players circumvent that by purchasing it out of the storefront.
A lot of our stuff is unlocked through playing the game and only through playing the game. All customization is just cosmetic.
Every season will
Can we
have.
pause that a minute? I like how they're. I don't like it actually, but they're touting this as like something to be celebrated when it's just basic fucking ethics in terms of consumer design.
Agreed. I mean, look, here's the thing. It sounds like the lessest of evils. It sounds good. Like, I mean, granted, like, again, I'm going to get Halo Infinite free of charge pretty much, right? With Game Pass. So this is like one of very few games I wouldn't mind purchasing a Battle Pass for, and especially if it's just like one purchase and that's it, which I'm pretty sure is how they worded it. I have to wait and see, but if it's one purchase and that's it, that's fine. Because COD, you have a new Battle Pass, and you fucking crate of shit they want to entice you to buy. Like every fortnight, there's a new one. But yeah, like,
these Spartans look good.
No, but he did say the storefront though. You can only get specific armor through the Battle Pass. You can only get certain armor through playing the game, and you can only get people can't buy the armor from the Battle Pass on the storefront. So there is going to be a storefront. Okay, so that's.
These Spartans look good.
They do.
I have to say.
Let's rate them. Looks very good. Looks very good.
Very good.
Good.
Bit weird, but very good.
No, I like this one. This one's weird.
No, I meant the orange one. Yeah, this middle one looks good. That helmet looks weird.
Little weird. Yeah, I like everything but the helmet. Helmet looks odd.
Good. I'm gonna say now.
I think that's an attachment. I actually like that. I think that's the helmet with an attachment. I think that the attachment makes it look better. I think that's the warrior helmet.
No, it looks like some new version of EVA. I really hope that's not EVA. I hope they have the old version of EVA back.
Well, the visor's tiny, but it's got that face mask thing, and it's
is that what it is? I thought it was like a big glass visor.
No. That's the tiny bit there, the blue portion. That's, okay. That's warrior definitely, and I like the way it looks there.
I'm not sure what that is, honestly, dude. I'm not sure I agree with what you think it is, but I don't know if I know what it is either. It just looks all. Well, I'm gonna say though, I love the leg armor. It looks so good, the leg armor in this game. It's such a weird thing to like draw attention to. So so everyone watching the video can come and say, "I've got a foot fetish for Spartans." That's gonna be great. But seriously, the leg armor in this game looks so fucking good. It's an underappreciated part of the old Halo game, the 343 games that I thought looked really particularly terrible. It looks damn good in this game.
I don't see much customization on though. Oh, legs look very bare bones. This one's got a knife on it. This one's knee pads are flatter as opposed to these ones, which this is like the Grenadier.
I just think their proportions look damn good.
Okay.
Like the angles are right. It looks very similar to Reach, but it just looks good. I like everything below the waist on these Spartans looks damn impressive.
Okay.
And introduce new components, new looks, new gameplay for players, new opportunities to earn and collect cool rewards. We've seen the samurai already. That's one of our event.
This is Hayabusa 2.0. I don't know how I feel about it. Like it looks way more in line with Hayabusa in terms of its place within Halo. But it does look a bit. No, you know what? I'm gonna stop bitching about this. I think it's fine. I think it looks.
I think it looks fucking badass. Honestly,
it does look badass. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's like Hayabusa in that it looks like it belongs in a Halo game, even though it clearly doesn't. Right? They did manage to do that again.
Yeah, it's ridiculousn's, but it fits essentially. Unlike, say, the unicorn helmet, which is just
okay. I don't think the art style this time is flawless. I do think it has a little bit of cartooniness that I don't like, but it's very consistent this time, and I really have to give them props for finally making a consistent art style. I mean, arguably it shouldn't have taken them 3 games to get it done, but I give them props for finally getting there in the end, because it does look very consistent. They do seem to have a very, very, very consistent artistic vision for the game in terms of its visuals. Yeah.
Earn through gameplay for free.
With us going free to play,
so apparently you can earn samurai armor for free. I think is what they said
for the multiplayer part of the game. Like that was a big goal because
I'm sure the samurais would like that.
Way we can always bring players in, right? Like, when we have a new update, there's.
It looks like a bloody, like he used to be in a rock band. I mean, the guitar's a dead giveaway, but just his setup and his beard and
Tom French is a god.
He looks like he's a heavy metal,
Yeah.
Dude, anyway.
They'll just dip their toes in if they even just want to see it.
Not only are we free to play, but we're free to play on PC as well as console. And what that means is we're able to get the biggest audience we've ever had. Everybody gets to play with no barriers. And even better, your progression carries from one platform to the next.
Getting our game to be on PC and console at the same time is an amazing chance for us to really just kind of excite new players about the.
Oh, they're even gaming with the mods. So, wow. I mean, imagine, like, wow.
Game. How can we do things like make cross?
They have a reach. They have Astral A50s with a reach symbol on them. That's actually kind of cool.
Is it just me, or is this part of the studio? This must be like one of the studio's divisions because it's so barren.
I'm pretty sure
usually
that looks like it's been separated
building.
because it looks like it's been separated for COVID.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the masks obviously are a giveaway, but like, it just looks like a very bland place to work. And I'm like, I've seen the 343 building, the interior. It's very colorful, very atmospheric, very like dark and light in certain instances, and it's got posters everywhere, and Master Chief like figurines and statues and all that jazz.
Play with your friends. That like some people have PCs and some people have consoles, and like let them talk to each other, let them be friends.
Yeah, they're gonna have like a tutorial academy for you. This is where they talk about the bots, I think, which is a great idea, by the way.
Oh yeah,
especially for custom games too.
Bots has been a long time coming for Halo.
Well, also forgeable AI. I imagine if you put the AI into Forge, that'd be great.
To be a Spartan.
The Academy is a place that you can go with an MP to kind of onboard into the experience. It's great for newer players who are still picking up the controls, and also people who want to warm up before they head into matchmaking. It's a series of experiences, both a tutorial to get started for the first time, weapon drills to practice with specific items, and also training mode that you can use to just get warm, explore the game as you want to.
For players who are new to Halo, let's help them learn what this universe is about. Some of these characters, what are they about? And help them kind of know the vocabulary that people have been speaking for now almost 20 years, so that when they come in there, they don't feel like
fucking nerd.
They can kind of come in on an even footing.
What?
I was just talking about the vocabulary, so like get BRG fucking nerd.
Here's something I thought of. Like, you played Doom 2016, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I mean, your philosophy on Halo is a very, dates back to Combat Evolved, and the whole idea of being able to constantly move and shoot and everything. You might know where I'm going with this. What's your thoughts on the idea of a pistol? When you run out of ammo, you have your last resort, like kind of sidearm with like infinite ammo kind of thing, so they can always do damage and stuff. I just thought, kind of like the Doom 2016 pistol, essentially.
I think it's fine for campaign. I wouldn't put it in multiplayer.
Okay, because I figured that way, even if you lose if you run out of ammo, you can still like, have something to shoot with. It just isn't as effective, obviously. And I thought that maybe that would be good for like, no worries. Like, let's say if you have to clamber up, but you have to like, obviously you can't shoot your primary weapon when you clamber up.
No, don't even go there. Let's not do that. Not for Halo.
Well, I was thinking, like, if you always have a sidearm you keep with you, that like, when you clamber, you can always have your sidearm out and still shoot with as you.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm just gonna say no.
Okay, fair enough.
I could go into detail for it. I can go into detail for it, but like, we'd be here for 30 minutes on that.
That's fine. It was just a spitball.
Yeah. I hate it. I'm sorry. I hate your idea.
Worries. No, I thought you might. Yeah, I wasn't even completely sold on it. I just wanted to hear your thoughts.
I mean, I'm super jazzed about bots. I think they're awesome. Our goal with bots has been to have a variety of difficulties that kind of provide a good training partner for wherever you're at in the experience.
Partnering with our players on the road to launch and after launch is absolutely critical, right?
And Halo's always been about the community conversation.
We want to make sure we hear our players, make changes where we can based on that feedback, make sure the game is ready for launch, and then even beyond launch.
What I'm genuinely excited about is taking the game out of our hands and putting it into the community's hands. Whether it's seeing what people make in Forge or the content that they're able to create with theater.
Sounds very much like what he said when he was talking about Destiny. It's like, we're going to make a story that's going to become more the fans than ours. It's going to take a life of its own. Remember, he's that into made for Destiny. Yeah.
All I can say on Destiny's part is that The guy I worked with, obviously worked at Staten, was also on that team, and they totally jettisoned everything they came up with, which is that's widely known. But what he described to me, I won't talk about it because of NDAs and all that shit. But what he described to me was like sounded like a really awesome game, and they scrapped it because on the whim of certain people. So
fucking Activision.
It wasn't just Activision.
Okay.
Watching streamers go after the game.
To get involved, you go to haloinsider.com, put in your info with your gamer tag, and we should be able to reach out to you if we want to invite you to a Halo Infinite flight.
Here's the thing. I don't even know if I want to participate. I mean, like, part of me does, but part of me doesn't. Part of me just wants to get it day one and be like, fuck yeah, Halo Infinite multiplayer finally. But at the same time, like, that way I can sort of like get hit with it all at once, as opposed to getting a sneak peek and kind of ruining, like, oh, it's Infinite Day. Oh, I've already played this multiplayer. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Like, I'm probably not going to play any fighting. I mean, if I was to play the fighting, it would be to play the game early. And I do be to give feedback, but my you know, when you listen to me on the stream, you like my feedback isn't exactly always the most pleasantly put, and I would end up not being that pleasant about it either. So not because it's taboo, because like sometimes you just got to say something's fucking stupid, and not everyone likes that.
Yeah, no, I can respect that.
We feel like we've got a pretty good selection at launch and what's going to be there for our fans. And this isn't going to be something that is just a static set of items. We have some new stuff in the works already, and just can't wait to really get into that as soon as this game comes out.
Maps, new modes, new ways to customize your Spartan.
I love that map.
Launches.
This one and the sand map look good. I am a little bit concerned because it looks like you can essentially get boarded very easily. There's a lot of places where like players.
I think that's
the one part that has me, like the fact that the driveways are so narrow. That, like, you're just going to get boarded really quickly. But there's no thruster pack, so I imagine that would help. But with the grappling hook, forget about it. Grappling hook,
this looks like
target everybody.
It looks like a pretty decent map. I like the there's a lot of verticality here, and I always like my verticality in my Halo games. This is vertical.
Well, okay, look, I see grab lift's good because when I saw this map before, unless this isn't the same map, I saw it was like a stairway, a launch stairway, as opposed to a grab lift. I was like, why don't you just make it a grab lift? Anyway.
Just the beginning. Now we're just going to be able to talk, interact more frequently. And that's just going to be...
Can I see other players' armors in the fucking lobby as I'm about to go into the multiplayer game? Because I really want that back. I don't know.
That thing from Reach was good, yeah.
I better bloody be coming to MCC.
Great. That is the future of Halo Infinite multiplayer.
Thank you to the community for all their feedback over the years so far. And I'm looking forward to the Road to launch itself, and beyond.
That was zoom on the assault rifle there. Go back a couple of seconds. Did you see it?
You fucking prick.
Thank you to the community for all their feedback over the years so far. And I'm looking forward to the Road to launch itself, and beyond.
Yep, they have it. It's on the assault rifle.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
3 for free. It's very clear. I think it's pretty fucking clear at this point. You were deliberately not trying to show this for most of this video. Fuck you for that. Take it out, please. No, like the only people who want this in the game are the people who don't understand why it's a problem. You shouldn't be putting it in for those people.
You don't need it. I'm fine with it for like, aim down sight weapons and like like some precision weapons. And maybe some like banished weapons that could No, you know what? Fuck it. No, just pistols and scope weapons. The assault rifle doesn't need it. The needler does not need it. The needler fucking tracks on its own. Last I checked.
It's not even that it's not needed. It's not needed, and it shouldn't be there. And I guarantee you, it's going to have the same thing as Halo 5, where it does more. It's more accurate or whatever. It's zoomed in. It's going to be the same thing.
Let's have one more look at this. Like, is it more accurate, or does it just give you a cleaner picture of the person who's off in the distance so you can aim better? Well, I suppose that's it. It makes you aim better.
Well, That's what they said it would be in Halo 5, but it demonstrably makes you more accurate.
Mhm.
It actually tightens your cone of fire.
Let's have a look. See.
It is the future of Halo Infinite multiplayer.
Thank you to the community for all their
So a good pickup, by the way, dude. 'Cause I missed that.
feedback over the years so far, and I'm looking forward to the road to launch itself, and beyond.
Okay, so it looks like he zoomed in. It looks like the reticle is the same. It's the same. It hasn't tightened in on anything.
But it might be like that. It might be like that because he's shooting.
Might be. Oh man, I don't like that. Gotta understand. Like I'm fine with sprint. I'm fine with clamber. ADS is a big no-no for me when it comes to Halo.
Dude, I noticed that we started off really positive and we've become way more negative as we went on.
I mean, that was to be expected. We're trying to critique here. We're trying to critique and be honest and be not shit cunts, but we're trying to be, we're trying to be critical, but critical in that we love the game. We want it to succeed. You know what I mean? Like, Zeta 3 I don't hate you for this. I just want it gone because it doesn't help anything. It defeats the purpose of so many.
I don't hate you.
You can pontificate really better than I can.
I don't hate you for doing this 3 for free, but I'm really disappointed because I can tell you tried to hide this. You put it in the video, but you've only put it in select moments in very short situations. I feel like
they wanted to do it. Say like, no, we showed ADS. See, you can't criticize us for it. We showed ADS.
They were trying to push it under the rug and show we wouldn't notice it, but so they can say it's in there when they come when the game releases. Like, well, it was in the trailers. You should have known. Like
unless they have a whistleblower and that whistleblower put it in there, and management didn't notice. Oh
no,
God.
I really don't like that we done this 3 for free. I am 100% sure you tried to hide this. That's really not good. Like
I'm so happy I saw
I know.
until that, and most of the weapons. You don't need a 343. You don't need. You can take it out. You can still take it out. Leave the ADS for that new gun and hell that skewer weapon, the one that fires at like harpoon. You can have a scope for that. That's fine. I'm gonna frame by frame this. Ooh, that looks like the ODST Ghost. Well, it looks like the ODST Ghost because ODST Ghost has a fat ass on it. It really does. I'm not even kidding. Like that's ODST Ghost.
Got a fat ass.
Yeah, it's got a fat ass to it. But
that's probably the FOV in ODST because I think it's a little bit higher than Halo 3.
Could be it. Yeah. I'm inching it. Sorry, anyone watching this back? I'm just trying to inch it, frame by frame.
He's inching. Careful.
Inching. Yeah. I'm just trying to make sure we don't miss anything else.
Looks nice.
What? Oh, it's a flag, isn't it?
Yeah, I actually. Oh, I don't know how to stand on these flags.
Frame, actually.
Yeah, it's a nice frame. I don't know how to stand on these flags. I think I know why they've done it this way. It's to make it more visually clear when he's carrying a flag and stuff. I don't know if he needed that, but.
I'm fine with that. I like the way it looks. I think that's cool.
I don't dislike it, but it's a bit. I like the old one more, but I don't hate this.
This looks like the other side to that fucking New Mombasa map. It looks good.
It is, yeah. It is.
I like the way it looks.
I wonder if it's actually like like a.
Ooh, you see that? He knocked back the. No, he knocked. That was the gauntlet reflector that he used to knock back the discharge grenade / equipment.
A party, basically, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, what's this?
Okay, this is the Brute rocket launcher, I think. Nope. Oh, I think that might. Yeah, it is the Brute rocket launcher.
It's a Brute rocket launcher. No, it's a sniper, but I think it fires like a harpoon or something at you.
Yeah, so it's a Brute. It's like a.
Oh, we got skins. We got battle rifle skins. Yeah.
Yep.
I think that looks like one of the MCC skins, so it looks like they're gonna bring those skins to start with. I love the oddballs, by the way. I think that's excellent.
I like this a lot more than the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull one we had before.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull one.
the Halo 4, I think it's also the Halo 5 one. It looks like somehow Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. This,
Okay.
I kind of just prefer our like simple skulls with no bullshit all over them. I could
Okay.
just like a nice simple Yorick skull. You know, it's been bleached white.
Okay.
I don't mind it being I don't mind it being on fire. That's also fine. I don't like how they keep overdoing the skulls.
Oh, okay.
What would actually be an awesome idea? What would be an awesome idea?
Yeah.
Did the environment get slightly destroyed when
there was a pickup there, and I just want to see what that pickup was. Yeah, what were you saying?
It would be kind of awesome if you pause it. So it'd be kind of awesome actually to have skulls, an option for skulls in Halo Infinite where it applies the effect of that skull from campaign in any way. Any skulls that apply that cause gameplay changes instead of things like iron, which just causes you not to die, it causes you to reset the entire mission. It'd be awesome to have skulls that you could apply that effect to.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have was it blind that removes your HUD elements and stuff? That would be awesome to apply as a skull effect in multiplayer when you pick up the skull.
Okay.
Sorry.
Not this. Next one, he like walks over equipment. I just want to see what it is. Pick up active
camo.
Ooh, okay.
So yeah. Oh yeah, because he killed the guy who was carrying it and he can pick it up again. Yeah, that's what happened.
I just realized something. With the idea of activating overshield. So if you're in a gunfight already, I'm pretty sure you have to take the overshield out. There's an animation that you can't shoot until you do it.
Yeah, but you can't just do it. You can't just pop it when your shoot's looking right at them. But if
you want to boost your shields right back up, you have to activate it first.
Right, but look at this for example. Let's separation here for example. Imagine the red guy that's going to get shot with a sniper rifle. He moves behind cover on his left, right? He pops the overshield when you can't see him. And he comes back out of the overshield. That'd be annoying as shit.
It'd be annoying. Yeah, agreed. But when I go around the corner and his shields are popping back up, and I don't know if it happens with just select Halos or if it happens with every Halo, but when the shield's going back up and you're trying to stop it from going up because you want to finish them off, and then they just come back and kill you that way, because your shields are still down. It's just, I don't know, it's always been weird to me, the shield recharge system, the whole recharge time, how much damage they take while it's trying to recharge. I don't know. But I mean, yeah, it does sound. It does. I don't know how they can fix that. Actually, we'll see. We'll have to see how it goes.
I just don't think they should have done it.
Yeah, no, I'm largely in agreement with that. But yeah,
that brute plasma, whatever the fuck it is, looks awesome.
This thing.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you got the EVA helmet back.
Cool. Yeah, so yeah, we've definitely got EVA back, and Emil's helmet's looking nice in there.
That's Carter's helmet there. I think it looks good.
Yes, it is. It looks better. I think it might have just been the angle they were showing it in the other part.
I'm pretty sure it's got an attachment to it that's like the water breather.
Yeah, it has the water breather on it.
Yeah, and this is the Mark 7.
You can see you have June's little kind of ghillie neck piece.
That's Scout. Yeah, that's the whole. That's Reach.
You have Reach Scout. You also have his June's ghillie suit little piece underneath on Carter's neck right there.
Oh, you're right. Shit.
Do you know what, dude? Do you know what, dude? This right here is reach baiting. I'm calling it now. This is reach baiting. They're showing as much Reach armor as they can to get the Reach kids on board.
Reach is actually the most popular Halo now. Believe it or not.
Dude! Literally everything in that, from the Spartans behind this first one, is Reach. You've got the fucking bullets on the shoulder from Reach. You've got the Reach assault rifle. You've got the Reach sap parts. You've got Emil's helmet. You've got June's helmet. You got Carter's helmet. You got June's
assault chest piece.
Yeah, this is Reach baiting. This is
shoulder. Yeah,
this is Reach baiting.
Yeah, no,
it's transparent as hell. But whatever.
Well,
Reach
I didn't notice until we slowed it down. I didn't notice until we slowed it down actually. But I mean, I'm on board. But fuck, I had something to say and I lost it.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Is that everything? Probably say on.
I do like the music. The music's nice. The music is nice.
Oh, dude, Gareth Koch is scoring it, dude. It's
good
can't
music.
go wrong.
If anyone's gonna at least match Marty, it's gonna be him.
Yeah, I mean, I said that in my video as well. If anyone is gonna match Marty, it's Gareth Koch. Guys, play the Ori games if you haven't already. They're both on Game Pass. Also, I just realized, because this is the gaming channel, you guys are probably not going to realize why George Lucas is up in the corner, are you? On my primary channel, George Lucas is a legend, and this is hashtag OG Lucas, as you can tell by the shades. If you subscribe to my primary channel, you'll know a lot more about that. You'll become acquainted very quickly. But yeah, I'm sorry, I just didn't switch that out because this is obviously the second channel. It's the gaming channel. And I have a lot. Honestly, I'm having a lot more fun doing stuff for this channel than my primary channel at the moment.
That's because I'm here.
Well, I mean, I love talking video games, and I just feel like I never get to talk about it on my primary channel because there isn't really a gaming audience. But also, I'm just working really hard on this big project I'm doing for my primary channel. Which, after I put this video out, it's like going to be an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm kind of going to be done with big videos for a long while. But I don't feel the need to kind of step back from doing big videos if it's for the gaming channel. But what's ironic is I made this channel because I wanted to make some side content for gaming, and I wanted it to be really kind of high energy but low effort kind of videos for the gaming channel, and shorter in length, just easier to manage. I can put them out a bit more regularly. But it's actually turned out, like with the Infinite Showcase, it actually turned out to be the opposite. Like it turned out to be high effort, lots of energy. I was actually gonna just do this kind of thing, but just myself for the Infinite Showcase, so I could like talk about it. But I ended up scripting it, editing it fully. Yeah. So, and I've got like 6 other videos to upload to the channel. This channel, some of my old videos, some are new videos that I just haven't finished, but I've written. And yeah. But anyway, guys, look. That's the Halo Infinite multiplayer showcase extended look. Mixed feelings, mostly positive, I'd say, from the both of us. Mostly positive.
I think it was slowly declining from somewhat positive into
agreed. Mixed.
Well, nah. Yeah, mixed.
I went from very positive to slightly positive to mixed with me. I still am positive. I can look. Here's the thing, I played Halo 5. I can get past I'm just stoked that Thruster Pack and Spartan Charge and Spartan Ground Pound are not in this game. That's what I'm really excited about.
It's literally just going to be Halo 5 if those things are removed. Actually,
I don't like the aim down sight. That's a big, that's a knife twist for me. Or really, it's.
I really hate how they were hiding things. They were 100% trying to hide that.
When did they use it? When the fuck did they just add that later? Because that wasn't in the campaign demo.
Yeah, they've not been shown off,
and they could have used it plenty of times in the campaign demo.
They've been deliberately hiding it. I'm telling you that now. Like, there's no way that wasn't in the game a year ago. They've been hiding that.
Man.
Because they know people don't want it in the game.
Fuck. Oh, god damn it. Fucking ADS. People get so uppity about sprint. Really, for me, the thing that distances Halo from me is ADS. I can do like Halo 4 had sprint, and I felt just like Halo to me. It really did.
Even things like sprint and clamber, they're not even showing those off too much in the trailer. It's in there, but they don't show it very often. Like, they're deliberately hiding the non-Halo elements of their game from people. It's so fucking sneaky. Because they know if they showed it off, people wouldn't want to play it.
So why? Why are you? Why are they in there though? Is this thing like? I'd say they're trying. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt on sprint and clamber and slide for that matter. I mean, they showed that enough. Like they showed that front and center in the campaign demo. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure people know sprints in the game and whatever, but the aim down sight, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think you're spot on the money on that one. God damn it. Just ADS, man. Like, again, Halo 4. People say Halo 5 felt more like Halo 4, more like Halo because it had fair starts. And I was like, yeah, sure, it had fair starts.
On the surface level, it's more like Halo. On overall though, I think Halo 4 is more like a Halo game in terms of its raw movement around the map type of things. That doesn't mean I think it's
and
I don't.
gameplay. Definitely Halo 4.
I think I think Halo 5 is a more coherent product compared to Halo 4. I think it's more. I think Halo 4 is too much of a mismatch of Halo Classic and whatever the fuck was popular at the time. Halo 5 is also like that, but it's more designed around what it's wanting to be. And Halo Infinite is probably going to be even more of a coherent product. But I still think Halo 4 felt more like Halo, just playing it on a moment-to-moment basis. Obviously, the most obnoxious shit like fucking ordnance drops and all that crap. Of course, that's not like Halo. I'm not saying that's like Halo. I'm saying that when you get in a gunfight in Halo 4, it feels more like playing Halo than it does feeling getting a gunfight in Halo 5.
Exactly. Oh, exactly. It's basically saying it felt like Halo with ordnance drops, whereas Halo 5 felt like.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying just.
Well, that's what I'm saying then.
Okay. Yeah, what I'm saying is just when you get in a gunfight with another player in Halo 4, it feels a lot more like classic Halo than Halo 5 does to get in a gunfight with another player.
You still have to time your jumps properly and shit, unless you have jetpack or thruster pack, which are armor abilities, not like just.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Halo 4 is more sandboxy than Halo 5.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, absolutely, that too. But the idea of like not needing aim down sight in a shooter, that's what made Halo distinguished to me, as opposed to say COD, Gears of War, fucking what's another example, dude? Battlefield. It's another first-person shooter I'm missing. Ghost Recon. Fucking Bulletstorm. You know, like I played Bulletstorm at the time. I miss Bulletstorm. It was a good game. Yeah, you know, like fuck, man. Fuck. Oh, I hope they take. No, it looked exactly the same. I was gonna say, well, at least it's not really aimed down. No, it is. It's exactly. It's more or less exactly what it looked like in Halo 5. Although for some reason it's both 1.4, like 1.4 times zoom. Like we saw it for the assault rifle, we saw 1.4 times zoom for the Needler. So I don't know. Are they trying to balance it and say that like these guns have the same ADS as each other?
Probably. That's probably when the game drops, when people start mentioning it, that's what's going to happen. They're going to say things like that.
Oh, God damn it. If the fucking Bulldog has a fucking scope, has a fucking ADS, I'm going to ship bricks. Fuck.
They can't help themselves, dude. They really can't.
Why did you do that? It looked like it played fucking fantastically without it.
Yeah.
And now it's in there, and it's just like, it doesn't break the game, but it's just like, why is it in there? Why the fuck is it in there?
Because Free for Free love to have their cake and eat it too.
That is exactly what it is, isn't it?
They want to sell it as a classic Halo experience, but they're only showing you the parts in detail that look like that. They're deliberately hiding anything that's not like that.
Look, I'm sure Infinite will still feel
it'll still feel more like
Halo than Halo 5.
And
I might arguably like it better than Halo 2, for instance. So no, I actually prefer Halo 2 to Halo 3. Maybe I like it more than Halo 3. You don't know, but like ADS is a big one for me. Again, I couldn't care less about sprint. I couldn't care less about clamber. Those aren't the things. It really is ADS for me, because that's I particularly
you can't spell ADS without AD and S. You're only missing the I.
I mean, for me, Halo, like people say no sprint made Halo feel unique. Like sprint, just when Halo was made, the reason why Halo didn't have sprint is because sprint wasn't a very prominent mechanic. Let's be honest. Like they even thought about adding it into Halo 2 because sprint was becoming a thing. They didn't do it, obviously, and you can argue that was for the best or for the worst, whatever. But like, regardless if they added sprint or not, like that's not what made Halo like distinguish for me. It was like obviously the sandbox, but also the fact that the you didn't need like once first person shooters became far more prominent, PC, console, COD, whatever. Everyone started using ADS. Everyone started. And the fact that, like, for example, again, Halo 4, you could say it took a lot of elements from COD, like ordnance drops, sprint, whatever. It didn't take ADS, and I was very happy about that. And I was like, okay, cool. So it's still maintaining its identity. Obviously, Halo 4 went too far for a lot of people. I was not one of them. I was still very much fell in love with it as a Halo game. Halo 5, on the other hand, the fucking ADS. Goddamn. And Thruster Pack and Spartan Charge. God. Look, Spartan Charge and Spartan Ground Pound are fun as hell when you're memeing with friends. But in multiplayer, fuck it. Fuck it. It's like Armor Lock. Armor Lock is balls out awesome in campaign. Multiplayer? And they've actually removed it from a lot of multiplayer modes in Reach, actually, in MCC.
Mm-hmm.
You can only use it in a select few multiplayer modes. And I was like, yes, thank you. Helps a lot. God damn it, man. I think they've removed it from competitive Reach. No, because the only competitive Reach mode is Invasion. Anyway.
But no, you haven't. Isn't there MLG? There's MLG V7 for Reach competitive, right?
I have to double check that. But anyway. Well, look, guys. Look, that was the Halo Infinite multiplayer extended showcase. We started off positive, went progressively more negative, particularly at the end there. But I'm still excited for it. Kell is less excited than me. He's he's quite indifferent. Indifferent?
I'm indifferent at best. If not, I don't care anymore. I was kind of interested in the Sandbox stuff because I thought it looked like a good sandbox. But now that I've seen there's ADS, I'm curious to see what more shit they're hiding from us. And now I don't care.
God damn it. Well, God damn it, man. Alrighty. Well, anyway, guys, look, chin up. It's coming out. We'll see more of it in the weeks to come. I'm very curious. Man, now I kind of actually do want to play the flight, so I can see what the fuck they're also hiding. But
dude, when the flight. But that's the thing, dude. Like, even if they've released the flight, we're not gonna know what's not in the flight compared to what's gonna be in the final game.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna show us the base, like at least the base mechanics.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be able to play with ADS and shit like that. So could you imagine if they're actually hiding Thruster Pack? Could you imagine if they're hiding Thruster Pack in there?
I hope they're not. If it's a map pickup and it's like evade, I don't care. That's fine. Actually, I quite like evade.
That's all right. Well, I mean, what's to say that Smart Link or Smart Aim isn't a map pickup either? Like it's a visor attachment and it helps you aim.
I think even if that's true, I still hate it.
Really? Okay. Look, I'll be much more accepting of it if it's a map pickup, but you're getting a piece of equipment to help your accuracy. For instance, it's a device you find on the map, but
it could very well be that.
If it's a base thing, I'm gonna shit bricks. Seriously,
it could very well be a map pickup, but even if it is, I hate it because I just don't think it's.
It's like I don't want it in there. It's like no, please.
Oh, it's in there, and it's also like, well, what does this actually add to gameplay beyond a really annoying objective upgrade to your zooming levels? Like, fuck off. Just. It's.
Oh wow. Anyway, guys, look. Thanks for listening to us ramble on about Halo for 2.5 hours. I could have done it for 10 hours. I love Halo.
I apologize for anyone else I've made miserable. I do, and I apologize to anyone I've made miserable by pointing out the shit that's obviously shit. I just hope, I hope everyone who's going to play it is going to enjoy it. But I also hope people maybe didn't notice some things that we noticed. They're like, oh, maybe not then.
Well, I imagine people have gone through this with a magnifying glass already. I'm pretty sure for a lot of people, this isn't going to be a revelation to them, but hopefully they enjoyed our reaction at least. Because, like, I did not know that. I went most of this week being like, yay, Halo Infinite. I haven't
and then I shut up
Halo
and
is back. And, well, I mean, to be fair, we already noticed ADS on the needler, so, but like,
yeah.
But I do appreciate you picking up the whole the idea of abusing the overshield with the whole inventory mechanic. That was good. That was a good pickup on your part. Yeah. Oh, geez, man. Like, but look. I'm still mostly excited.
On the absolute plus side, it's going to be free to play, so you're not going to waste any money to try it.
It's going to be free to play. It's going to be on Game Pass. Get Game Pass if you haven't already. I've made a video about it. If you're still curious about why you should get Game Pass, it really is the best thing going in gaming at the moment. It's gone from like 15 million subscribers in late 2020, 3 years after its launch, to I think it's increased from 15 million to 23 million in 8 months. which is crazy.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's the word of mouth spreads fast. I gave Xbox Series X a year with Game Pass to catch up to the PS5 in terms of like sales. Because PS5 was leading heavily into launch. Because Xbox is a shitty fucking marketing team. They succeeded despite themselves, and thankfully the service they're providing trumps all bad marketing. And word of mouth spreads fast. So I was like, yeah, Xbox Series X is really going to catch PS5 very soon by the way they're going. But you can also get it on PC, remember? So
once again, emerging technology decimates the Japanese.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, but also this E3 wiped the floor with Sony. Holy shit! And we just did a podcast talking about E3 and all of its other. Kell fell asleep because he was drunk off his ass.
I did,
but
yeah.
We spoke about
really
all the other. If you can get past the Resident Evil debate that went on, we spoke about all the other games and what we're excited for, and like Battlefield 4. Psychonauts 2, The Ascent.
Battlefield 4 to 2042, not 4.
2042. Yeah.
You've been saying that because you said Battlefield 4 because I keep telling you to install it from Game Pass so we can play it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What else did we talk about? There's Age of Empires 4. There was Stalker 2. I'm just
Stalker 2
paper somewhere. Outer Worlds 2, obviously. Starfield.
I love that trailer. I love the trailer for Outer Worlds 2.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, Back 4 Blood.
My favorite part was just the bit where it's like the only thing they've decided on, and it's just the title. It's like,
yes,
well done, Obsidian. Your humor is on point as always.
It is. I might actually get Diablo 2 Resurrected because I never played Diablo 2, but I know it's good. So,
yeah, people think it's the best Diablo. I haven't played it, so I will also probably do that too.
Okay. Well, anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll be back with more videos soon, and we'll of course be talking about Halo in the coming months, especially leading up to Halo Infinite's launch. Okay, so take care and bye for now.
Goodbye, guys.